Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Hey everybody, how y'all doing this morning? It's your boy Boogotti NYC, and y'all could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. I'm hearing that my sister Batty Lynn is under the weather right now. I'm gonna need you guys to let me know. Can you hear me? The human beatbox. How you guys doing this morning? Let me know if you guys can hear me. It says I'm good on the meter over there. Just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Who's gonna step up today? Thank you so much, Miss Swanza. I appreciate you. You know we got to put a prayer up in the air for Batty as well. Let me get my other monitor straight. How you guys doing this morning? Let's get into the show. This is what I'm talking about. Hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. That's what I'm talking about. Got to make sure that everybody can see it, make sure everybody's clear. Get that up to about right there. Okay, I think we should be pretty good right there. I think I'm going to leave that right there for today. Hopefully everybody is good. I got to get one of those little cameras for the back of the phone. This way I'm able to see what's going on over here. You know what I'm saying? Let me, I think I got just a little bit out of whack right about there. But I think I'm just going to let that sit, let that do what it do, because we still got to get these prayers in the air. I'm trying to make sure everybody get up in here. Is everybody here? Because we got to definitely do what we got to do. You already know we got to get it started. So yes, want to make sure we get those prayers in the air for everybody, because we don't got that much time. You know, we racing against the clock. So yes, we're going to be praying for love, happiness. Want to pray for Batty. Want to make sure that she knows that we care and we love her as well. Making sure that she gets good health. Want to get a good health prayer going out to Batty. Hopefully that she feels great. Everybody else as well. Want you guys to have fantastic health and a good morning. Want to pray for your love, happiness, all of your family members, every single one of your animals, and myself. Everybody here as well. Who we praying for this morning? Mark Dorfman, Jeffrey Spilker, Rebecca Lanyan Bueno, chiming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Who's that? Albert. Want to pray for liberty and justice. Miss Swanza, Rebecca again, Luigi, 420 John, Patrick. Good morning, my brother. How you doing this morning? Are you good? Wanted to just say that to you, singling you out. That one song, 410, how you doing? Wanted to pray for also for Miss Keisha, Luigi, Yvonne, CJ the Cat, Winter Rising. Also got to make sure that we get in there for Jeffrey Spilker, Mark Dorfman. Can't forget about Sam Champion. Want to make sure we get love out there to Winter Rising, Angels Among Us. Also can't forget about Dot Focus. Who else we want to make sure? Jordan and Terry. That's right, you guys. We can't forget about 55 Coffee House, Lisa Roy as well. That's right. We're going to keep on moving forward, you guys. And you know what? Amen. I'm ready to go. They're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. Whoa. And we wind it up. Poof. Wind it up. Wind it up. Because it's 6 o'clock somewhere. And yes, it's 6 o'clock here. So let's do it. Okay. Oh. Olay. That's right, y'all. You know what we gotta do? We gotta open up those pores. I gotta open up the jacket a little bit. Been working out. I gotta open up those pores. Beautiful day outside. We gotta open up those. Uh, uh, uh. It's Tuesday the 26th. That's right, y'all. 2026. Six. I'm your host, Boogotti NYC, and this is our bottom line. Where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that. Where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that. Just got me lit. How everybody doing this morning? It's your boy Boogotti NYC. We chiming in from the great state of New York, New York. That's right, it's your boy. Hope everybody had a fantastic evening. Guess what? I got a lot of sleep. I slept like a baby last night. You know what? I have to start learning from the health and wellness section. Yo, Boogotti, you got to be like everybody else. You can't just be, staying up all the time trying to knock out. So you know what I've been doing? I've been making sure that I get my nice block of sleep so I can make sure that I'm up and ready for you guys, so I'm charged up. But I still got to make sure that we got up-to-date news, trending topics, and current events. So when I do get up, I'm skimming, I'm scamming, I'm looking for every brand new piece of information that just popped out probably while I was dozing. And guess what? Seems like every day you take a nap, boom, you find something new once you wake up. So yes, hope you guys are ready because we got it ready here. Our bottom line, the way that we always tell you guys, trending topics, current events, and much, much more. So without any further ado, you know what I'm gonna say, right? I got 5 on it. I'm going to stack 5 videos at a time. All I'm going to ask you guys to do is stay on topic, stay on point, and let me know where you're chiming in from. And also, I like to know what time it is, where you're at. Also like to know what flag you're representing because it gives me like a subliminal memory. Oh, it was that Africa flag, the UK flag. And then I do go look for it. That's right, you guys. I love to get content from where you guys are from. It makes the dialogue and the content much more better. And yes, that's why I want to make sure that we stay on topic. So I have my responsibilities as well to find relevant content that reflects where you guys are. So let's get into it, you guys. It's our bottom line. After that, what am I going to tell you guys to do? Woo, yeah, you ready? Let's get into these titles. It's time to get to work. Happy Tuesday morning, you guys. Happy Tuesday morning. I like the little ride out, us fellow motorcycle riders here. Kind of like that. Imagine if that was on a shirt with the little eagle wing on the other side. Pretty cool thumbnail this morning. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. What do we have here? We've got Trump. Will the USA and Iran finally find a peace deal? Oh God, you're gonna give me that same title again and just add one word to it, Boogotti? Yep, because they changed one thing since yesterday. And we're gonna be on top of that, you guys, because honestly, I'm hoping that it can come to an end so those gas prices can come down and you and I can save some cash. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep on going, you guys. What new shocking information has been released about the Epstein Zorro Ranch? Good thing that we're doing over here and the good thing that they're doing up there. What are they doing? They're keeping the pressure on. They're keeping on pushing forward. And even if it's not here in the United States, I must have to say, I got to give thumbs up to the UK because those police officers over there are not playing when it comes to Andrew, Mountbatten, Windsor. Let's keep on moving because last but not least, we got one more left in the clip. What we got here? What really pushed Tulsi Gabbard to resign as the head of the DNI? Yeah, I told you guys it wasn't just about her husband having a cancer situation. It also had to do with a few other things, couple of clashes and different things. We're going to get into that as well. But guess what? It's our bottom line. So grab your water, your tea, and your 55 coffee house. Let's get into it, you guys, and double tap that screen so you don't have to do it later. Make sure this audio is up. And yes, we're going to get into some breaking information that's very important that we have been following here on our bottom line about the chemical pow possibility of the explosion in California. And luckily, they're letting some people come back home. The threat level has come down, and I'm hoping and praying that they'll be able to contain this thing, get in there and fix what they have to fix, and everybody will be safe. Seems like a good situation so far, you guys. Let's go. Let's get on over here.
Tonight at 11, tens of thousands of families forced from their homes due to a volatile tank of toxic chemicals told they can go home tonight. But not everyone got that good news. Thousands more told they can't go home just yet. And that's because while that threat of the catastrophic explosion has been eliminated, there is still potential for a smaller toxic blast. Tonight, we have live team coverage for you. Eyewitness News reporter Tim Pulliam speaking with people finally allowed to go home tonight. We begin with Liz Nagy, who has more on plans as they still try to neutralize the existing danger so everyone can get back home. Liz? Michelle, the incident commander and Orange County's interim fire chief said the two options that were presented to them, essentially as a fait accompli, either some sort of toxic chemical spill or a large-scale explosion, were never going to be an acceptable outcome. Tonight, for the first time in days, the Orange County Fire Authority says they believe the worst of this crisis has been averted. Toiling against the Southern California sun and the volatility of 6,500 gallons of a highly combustible chemical swelling against the inside of a tank with a jammed valve. That tank was ready to blow up. Orange County firefighters finally found critical release. We have absolutely ruled out the ability for this tank to levy and have that catastrophic explosion. It took physics and the unrelenting deluge of more than 1,200 gallons of water per minute, soaking the compromised tank of methyl methacrylate to activate a chemical reaction. What we essentially were shooting for, in layman's terms, is to boil an egg. The shell did crack, but just enough to release that pressure without causing a leak or an explosion. That literal crack in the case came Sunday evening, allowing firefighters to mount ladders and maneuver close enough to the steaming tank to physically strip off all weather insulation by hand. That was our huge moment in this incident that we were able to capitalize on and take control of it. It's not over yet, and I want to reemphasize that. It's not over yet. Noticeably absent from tonight's update were representatives from GKN Aerospace, the company that owns the tank. Rather than answer questions, the company, now under criminal investigation, released a statement this afternoon saying, in part, "We apologize for the ongoing disruption this incident is causing, and our priority remains its safe resolution so that residents can return to their homes as quickly as possible." Now under a criminal investigation. May I ask you guys, where is the mayor and where is Gavin Newsom throughout all of this? We've been watching this go on for a long amount of time. Am I correct? Isn't this Gavin Newsom state here? And where's the mayor? Karen Bass, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong, if there's another mayor, just in case. With a combustible crisis that forced 50,000 people from their homes, now turned to a much more manageable, gelatinous situation, state legislators intend to launch their own, potentially law-changing review.
It is incomprehensible to me that we would have these kinds of volatile chemicals right in the middle of a residential area.
Why?
With a company that's already been fined more than once for inadequate protections. And so it's our job to protect the public, and this can't happen again, ever.
Why is it there is all I'm saying. Why they gotta evacuate people because of something that's like, I don't get it. I just don't. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because that was crazy right there. But I'm so happy that guess who saved the day again? Guess who saved the day again? First responders, our firemen and our firefighters, and smart people that knew what they were doing. So thank God again for preventing something that could have been catastrophic and so many lives could have been lost. Amen. And you guys see how they ran into it. They're in there by hand, taking that insulation out of there because they had to do it by hand. They risked their lives for us, you guys. That's what I'm talking about. Give it up to our firefighters. Don't sleep. They hold it down for us. They run into the fire, into the danger. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got more over here. It's another breaking story. It was the severe weather updates during Memorial Day travel. So we got these officers who had to rescue an infant from a car in Texas as storms go crazy over this holiday weekend. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Storms everywhere. Let's get into it real quick. Check this out.
Yeah, baby. It's being advised the car is going towards the creek.
Now they got a car that's so high off the ground that's been flooded so badly, it's headed toward the creek. They got a newborn baby in a carrier inside the car with two people.
We got an infant in the car.
Heart-stopping rescue in South Texas as a vehicle is swept toward a rushing creek.
Yeah, give me the baby.
First responders racing into the fast-moving water after this sedan became trapped in floodwaters with a baby inside. One officer then grabbing the infant in a carrier, another quickly draping his coat over the baby in the pouring rain.
The vehicle has slipped and she is submerged, currently submerged in water.
In Mississippi, officials say one person has died after this car was swept away. The deluge stretching from the Gulf Coast to the Northeast.
I'm almost to my knees in water now.
This woman's home surrounded by water. Look at this. Floodwaters inundating this gas station in Alabama. Heavy rain and wind toppling a massive tree in New York City, crushing multiple cars.
Yeah, it sounded like a bomb going off through it.
In Texas, a menacing funnel cloud illuminated by repeated flashes of lightning. The weather turning deadly in South Carolina, where officials say strong winds ripped a patio umbrella from a table, killing a woman. Across the country, a Memorial Day weekend washout. Parades canceled, bounce houses blown away. Anderson graduates receiving degrees in downpours in Tennessee. And now, a travel nightmare. We had delays, we got a lot of rain.
I just saw that my flight is delayed.
There have been more than 4,000 delays and 170 cancellations. On the roads, even under sunny skies, there's no escaping the holiday gridlock.
Yeah.
Traffic bumper to bumper headed into Yosemite National Park. And right now, there are ground stops in Atlanta, Dallas, and Denver as those storms continue into the night.
We thank you for watching.
No, I got other stuff about what's going on around these times. I don't know what's all this about. You guys tell me, because yeah, it's a lot going on out here right now. I had to just do that breaking news first to you guys. And yes, if you want to see more stories like that, hit that subscribe button. Also, give me all the money in your pockets. Nah, you don't got to do that. But what you could do is go ahead and hit that like button. You pick up your phone. Ow. Pick up your phone and just go like this. Oh, that's the show I'm watching right now. Boop, boop, you double tap like that. And the next thing you know, whoa, you get that like. And I appreciate you guys. It gets more people over here to see stories like that and to see what we're up to on our bottom line. Let's keep on moving forward. Yes, we got some more information on Trump. He says he will not be rushing into a deal with Iran because he has hopes that the imminent agreement will cool down. Let's keep on moving forward, see what's going on with this.
Questions about a potential deal to end the war with Iran. After a roller coaster 24 hours, President Trump says he won't rush into a deal.
And this comes just a day after he called it largely completed. NBC Mayor's Marianne Faber is here with a look at the concerns that could be holding all of this up. Marianne?
Darvin, both Democrats and some Republicans are worried a potential deal won't do enough to address Iran's nuclear program. Tonight, as pro-regime crowds gather in Tehran, the world is asking deal or no deal. Coming less than 24 hours after saying an agreement with Iran had been largely negotiated, the president now posting, I have informed my representatives not to rush into a deal.
No deal.
A senior administration official telling NBC News there's been progress, but no agreement will be signed today. Well, Iran's president is saying the deal still needs approval from the supreme leader, Iran's ultimate decision maker. President Trump is already under fire from some fellow Republicans over reports Iran has not made an upfront commitment to surrender its stockpile of highly enriched uranium.
And if we did that, and if we did all of this because of this, we need to get that. I'm putting it out there like that. I don't care who feel a certain way about it because, again, I have no affiliation. So if that's what you said you went over there to do, homie, you went over there to do that, let's go ahead and scrape all that back and let's make sure that be a part of the deal. Because I've seen so many videos yesterday of so many presidents before this president that said the same thing about Iran and nuclear weapons. So let's keep on moving forward.
We're talking about a posture where we may accept the nuclear material remaining in Iran. How does that make sense at all?
Today on Meet the Press, Bay Area Congressman Ro Khanna reacted to a potential deal.
Not yet. Let's keep on moving forward because I got you down the line. Can't take so much from one location. No, I have absolutely no political affiliation. I have affiliation to what's called two words. You guys are ready? Common sense. If you make common sense and what you're saying makes sense, I'm rolling with you. Certain things I don't roll with on either party. So it's really hard. I wish I could make up a name of a party for us. What would it be? What would that party name be, you guys? I don't know. Good question. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because we do we have some information about this crisis coming in, or do we not? Because if we don't have anything about it, I can just move on to what's going on in Russia. Yeah, we got something coming in from the president, and then we got to move to some other serious situation in Russia as they ramp up attacks in Kyiv, because again, they were trying to act like everything was okay. Next thing you know, there's a lot of back and forth. And Ukraine is kind of embarrassing Russia, if you think about it. If Russia was such a strong ally, how come Ukraine's giving them such a run for their money? See what President Trump has to say before that, and let's keep on moving on to that. I'm sorry I'm skipping. Let's go.
Excuse me, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Who you with? Who you with?
My name is Diakuda with the largest Kurdish media outlet, Huda Media Network. It's based in Iran.
Go ahead.
Mr. President, you said before that you don't want the Kurdish forces to enter Iran and be harmed. Do you still want them to stay away? Or what role do you expect them to play now?
I'd rather have them stay away.
And then,
I'd rather have them stay away because I think they bring with them some problems and some difficulties. And I know they bring death, I mean, you know, to themselves. But I'd rather have them stay away.
And I'd rather have him answer these questions than us not know what's going on. So let's get a little more.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President, for the question. Deliberate attacks on civilian infrastructure violate the Geneva Conventions and
Who you
international
with?
law.
Who you with?
I'm with the New York Times, so I'm from the New York Times.
Are you failing? You're failing.
Are you
Your
concerned?
circulation way down at the New York Times.
Are you concerned that your threat to bomb power plants and bridges amount to?
No. I hope they don't have to do it. But again, I just said, 47 years they've been negotiating with these people. They're great negotiators. And because they're not gonna have a nuclear weapon. And if somebody that takes my place someday is weak and ineffective, which possibly that will happen because we had numerous presidents that were weak, ineffective, and afraid of Iran. We're never gonna let Iran have a nuclear weapon. And if you think it's okay for people that are sick of mind, that are tough, smart, and sick, really sick, from a policy standpoint, from any which way you want to say, mentally, these are disturbed people. If you think I'm going to allow them, and powerful and rich, to have a nuclear weapon, you can tell your friends at the New York Times, not going to happen.
I hope you guys had a fantastic Memorial Day yesterday, wherever you were. I hope you didn't get totally washed out like some states. Crazy thing about it is, guess what? We got washed out Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and we're supposed to have 80-degree weather today when it's back to work and back to school. Oh boy, I'm sorry. I don't know about back to school, but back to work, definitely. You guys, sometimes you just got to take it how it is. Maybe next holiday we'll be able to enjoy the whole 3 days. But I still hope you guys had a chance to enjoy with your family. And I really want to give a big shout out and thank you to all of our veterans. Yeah, Memorial Day, you guys. That's for the veterans. Show some love. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because now we got some, the Russia information that I was telling you guys about. New strikes are going to be actually aimed toward Kyiv from Russia. Let's get into it, you guys. Let's go.
Tony, just talk us through why Russia's stepping up attacks now. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, essentially, without being too flippant, because it can. It's well aware that Ukraine is having problems securing enough air defense missiles to allow it to deter such attacks. And frankly, in other parts of the war, things are not going that well for Russia. It's not making a great deal of progress on the battlefield. In some areas, Ukraine is even succeeding in pushing it back a little bit. And Ukraine has embarrassed Vladimir Putin in Russia by successfully targeting various refineries and other installations in Russia. And it carried out a very large-scale attack in Moscow just last weekend that was very publicly viewed by lots of Muscovites. So there's a sense in some ways that Putin is exacting revenge for that, to at least demonstrate to Russians at home that he still is in charge and that the war is going as he says it is. But essentially, this is one of the few things that are left to Russia at the moment to try and pressure Ukraine by directly targeting cities, particularly Kiev, and what Lavrov called decision-making.
Again, places that we always wonder, what? It's not like back in the days where they used to have the muskets and run onto the battlefield against each other, and whoever lost there, that's where the war was over. Then they probably come back home. No. They want the boom, 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 and to be going on in the cities and hurting the individuals and the elderly and the children. That's the part that we don't rock with over here, no matter what side it is. We don't play sides to any of that. No, sorry.
Centers, which is really code for trying to target the leaderships, both political and military.
So let's keep on moving forward, because as you can see, there's a lot of WAR going on both sides in a lot of different places. And guess what? I've had enough of it. So let's get on out of all of that right there. We're going to go back over to the Secret Service situation that happened last time out here in Washington, D.C., where the president was actually attacked again. I'm sorry, the White House was attacked once again. And Matter of fact, should I do that? Or should I tell you guys about this bounty? Matter of fact, I gotta do it. I'm sorry, you guys. I gotta tell you guys about this bounty because I don't know if anybody else is gonna tell you. I want to get away from this Iran thing, but I don't want to get away from it without this. I don't want to get away from it without this. There's been a bounty of $58 million put on Yahoo and President Trump. Now, I was gonna leave it alone, but I want you guys to see what's going on with this. Check this out.
We begin with the latest from West Asia. Iran's parliament is preparing to vote on a controversial bill that would place financial rewards on the assassination of US President Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The reported proposal comes months after the US-Israeli strikes on Iran that killed Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei and triggered the wider war in West Asia. According to Iranian officials, the bill would formalize a payment of over $58 million to any individual or group responsible for killing Trump or Netanyahu. And this is not just another political slogan, because for years, Iranian hardline groups and some clerics have issued threats or religious fatwas against Donald Trump. Those threats particularly intensified after the killing of Iranian General Qasem Soleimani in 2019 at Trump's order.
So now the only reason I'm a little skeptical about this because we got these stupid folios running around, right? We got these idiots running around doing whatever. And then like at this point, it's kind of like they feel they got a mission for it and like a reason to be doing this stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, gotta look at try because we don't, but stupid people, certain people. But think about this.
But this time, the call is moving into formal parliamentary discussion. The bill is being prepared by Iran's National Security Commission. Iranian lawmakers say that Trump, Netanyahu, and US Central Command officials were responsible for the February strikes that killed Khamenei and therefore must face what they call reciprocal action. Another senior lawmaker, Mahmoud Nabavian, also said the parliament will soon vote on rewards for whoever, quote unquote, sends Trump and Netanyahu to hell. The developments mark a major escalation in rhetoric, particularly because they are coming at a time when a fragile ceasefire between Iran, the United States, and Israel is still holding.
Just keep on moving forward, you guys. I just thought that you guys might want to hear about that right there because I know there's threats, but then again, there's certain threats. And then we got so many people that are still here in our country that we got to really watch out for, that we don't know who that slipped in and things like that. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, and double tap that screen. Get those likes up. You want to see more stories like that one and the one prior? Let's go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And if you have not already, go ahead and what do I really want to tell them to do? Share, or should I ask them to become a member if they haven't become a member already? Yeah, how about that? If you got the $2.99, give me all the money in your pockets. Go ahead and spend $2.99, become a member. We do this every day. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. What else we got over here? Now we can get into this situation where this Secret Service information is coming in from the Power. His name is Nasir Best. That's the Pow man who was taken out by Secret Service, the last one who tried to attempt to go on to the White House property. And this was his second attempt. The first time he was sent to a psychiatric prison or something like that. This time he was sent to his maker. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. Let's keep on moving forward and do what we got to do.
Thanks so much for joining us here at 11. I'm John Adams. Tonight, we're learning about the man killed by the United States Secret Service after he opened fire at a White House security checkpoint. A bystander was also hurt, and the White House was briefly placed on lockdown.
What is that?
A volley of shots sent reporters scrambling into the White House press room. President Trump was inside the White House at the time. We have learned the alleged gunman has been identified as Nasir Best, who officials say was known to D.C. police as well as the Secret Service. They say he had a documented history with law enforcement and a history of mental health concerns. This comes a month after a shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, where an alleged would-be assassin was taken down by Secret Service.
Well, and more national news from the White House. We're learning more information about the chaotic shooting near the White House over the weekend. Shots fired just feet from the North Lawn. And now we know the identity of the suspect killed by Secret Service. Here's Jasmine Monroe.
Yeah, that's right. So this all still happened on Saturday when officials say that 21-year-old Nasir Best walked up to a Secret Service checkpoint, pulled a pistol out and his bag, and began shooting at officers who returned fire, killing him. Best was known to Secret Service officers, arrested him last year for attempting to gain entry into the White House grounds. Five senior law enforcement officials say that he had a history of mental health concerns. A second person, an adult male who authorities believe to be a bystander, was struck by gunfire and transported to an area hospital. It is unclear if the Secret Service or the initial gunfire hit the bystander. Now, President Donald Trump was at the White House at the time of this incident and commended police.
They lit his, that's the definition of getting yo lit up.
One inside the White House was hurt and no Secret Service agent was injured.
That's the definition of getting your A lit up right there, boy. They lit him up. You heard that? That was like popcorn in the microwave. They lit him up. He got a couple off. I'm sure he did. But boy, oh boy, did y'all hear all that? That was crazy. Y'all, let's keep on moving forward. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. We got to keep on moving because now they're asking the question that I've already spoken about myself. What really pushed Tulsi Gabbard to resign from the DNI? I don't think it was just a situation about her husband. It's a coincidence that that's going on right now, but I've always thought that it was a little bit more. And yes, that means it's the one, two, three, fourth. That's right, fourth woman that's no longer with the administration, Trump administration. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Try to get down to the bottom of this situation and see what's up. Where we at with it? Yeah, here we go, right there.
Stepped down as President Trump's Director of National Intelligence. And Tulsi Gabbard has stepped down as President Trump's Director of National Intelligence.
Thank you, Jordan.
In a resignation letter released on Friday, Gabbard said she's leaving the administration to care for her husband after his diagnosis with what she called an extremely rare form of bone cancer. Principal Deputy DNI Aaron Lucas will serve as acting intelligence director. Gabbard's tenure was marked by internal clashes over foreign policy and intelligence matters, including disagreements over Iran and reported tensions with the CIA. Gabbard's now the fourth cabinet-level departure of Trump's second term. I believe all four women. David Rode, we certainly wish Tulsi Gabbard and her husband best of luck in his fight against cancer. But this was happening soon anyway. She had been largely cut out of the process, sidelined on Venezuela, sidelined on Iran, had tried to sort of ingratiate herself to President Trump by diving into some 2020 election conspiracies. But her legacy here was just how, frankly, it would seem how irrelevant she and that post became during the second Trump term.
Yeah, that's probably true. And I also want to say it was a bone cancer diagnosis. It's a horrible thing for her husband and her. And on Memorial Day, and thank you for mentioning Memorial Day earlier. She served in Iraq, and I want to give her credit for that and for serving this job, which is a difficult one. But she essentially inside the cabinet was in a power struggle with John Ratcliffe, the director of the CIA. And Ratcliffe won hands down. It took some time. A key thing was Venezuela. The CIA played a central role in just penetrating Maduro's inner circle and planning, getting information that allowed that astonishingly successful raid to snatch Maduro. And then again, Ratcliffe played a central role and gained a lot of credibility, I think, in the planning for the attack on Iran.
Who didn't play an essential role was Keir Starmer when it comes down to helping out with Iran, but tried to take some credit for it. Keir Starmer, you guys know what I'm talking about. Didn't the president say he went to them and asked them for some assistance, but they didn't help out? Guess what happens? You ever have somebody that always add themselves to the fun, like the story? Yo, remember we did this and we did that? You're looking at that person like, are you French all of a sudden? What do you mean we? What do we mean? What do you mean we? You didn't do anything. You had nothing to do with it. Pretty funny, but I'm sure you guys know people like that want to add themselves to the mix, make the mix a little thicker. Yeah, I was there. You know people like that. Let's keep on moving forward and see what Keir Starmer was trying to do as he bizarrely takes credit for Trump's success in Iran.
Well, the UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer is back thinking he's on Team Trump and once again is bizarrely taking credit for the president's negotiations with Iran. He's posted on social media, "I welcome the progress towards an agreement between the US and Iran. We will work with our international partners to seize this moment and achieve a long-term diplomatic settlement." To seize this moment, does he think, I don't know, is he standing in the middle of the Strait of Hormuz dictating terms? The nerve of this man. Joining me now is UK barrister, broadcaster, and Octopus TV president, Andrew Ebord. Andrew, great to have you back on the show. Thank you so much for joining me. Look, we've seen...
That's those fair weather friends. I'll be no fair weather friend. I'll be there to the end, even through stormy weather. But see, Stormer wasn't there through the storm, but he wanted to take credit.
Throughout the Donald Trump Iran negotiations, the to and fro.
She said, yes, my younger sister.
Always seems to want to insert himself, and now he's back inserting himself again. Why?
We love it, don't we? There's been that sort of wishy-washy approach from Starmer, and Trump has been, every single time he talks about Starmer, there's yet another insult. He said he was no Churchill. You remember that, when he's not offering air bases and so on and so forth. He was then sort of turning around and saying, well, you're too late, we don't need you now, we've already won. What is good, and I always say that when the love of peace basically surpasses everything else, that's how you get those sort of solutions. I always say the love of power is surpassed by the power of love. That is how we get peace. And Starmer's right to sort of turn around. His narrative has always been, well, I have to focus on the British people. He really doesn't believe that Trump should have started this war in the first place. But now it's nearing an end. There's some common ground. And the common ground is obviously there should be no nuclear capabilities.
That's like if I go and say I like the Knicks, and then y'all be like, come on, Boogotti, you know you only saying that because they winning and they kicking butt right now. You know you don't really rock with the Knicks like that, Boogotti. Stay true to your BS, homeboy. If you want to hold true to something, be a man. Be a man. Be a man about it, man. You ain't want to help out, don't try to stand next to the man, standing next to the man to get some credit. Let's keep on moving forward and double tap that screen and get those likes up, you guys, because we got more to get into over here. Somebody that we have not spoke about in a long time. Yeah, you guys, Kilmar. Are y'all ready for this? Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Ice, ice, baby. Get him. Yeah, they got him. But a judge, that's right, Kilmar. I said it already. Kilmar, the three-man man. The three-named man, Kilmar Abrego Garcia. His human smell-snuggling charges have been dismissed by a federal judge. But wait a minute, tut, 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 tut. You may ask, does that mean that he can stay in the United States, Boogotti? No, it doesn't. Only thing he's fighting for is where he's going to be able to go. Let's keep on moving forward and seeing what's going on with Kilmar Abrego. We haven't talked about him in a while.
Judge has dismissed human smuggling charges against Kilmar Abrego Garcia. He's been at the center of a deportation battle with the Trump administration for more than a year now. Also, Caitlin Norwood is live in the newsroom tonight with the update. Caitlin.
Hey, Kenneth, federal.
Look at If your name is something tells me this guy supports Trump. Something tells him that I support Trump. That's your name? Come on, stop it.
Judge in Tennessee granted Kilmar Abrego Garcia's motion to dismiss his indictment for vindictive and selective prosecution. A judge tossed the human smuggling charges, finding the Trump administration prosecuted Garcia only after he challenged his wrongful deportation to El Salvador. Garcia is a Salvador national who has lived in Maryland for years. His deportation violated a 2019 immigration court order. Garcia is now back in the U.S. and no longer in detention, but his deportation case in Maryland is still in limbo.
Abrego Garcia's attorneys have offered that Abrego Garcia will voluntarily go to Costa Rica, and apparently the government of Costa Rica has also said that they would accept him, but the Trump administration, notwithstanding this, has attempted to deport him to various different, seemingly random African nations, and those deportation efforts have been put on hold.
Yeah, they try to send him to the Congo. Like, nobody really want to go to the Congo.
by a different federal judge in Maryland, who has said basically that she's seriously concerned about what's going on here.
So the bottom line basically is not about if he's going to go, it's where he's going to go. Because they basically really talking about, you know, not if he's going to be deported because of the fact that he's illegal and he didn't come here correctly. You guys got to remember one thing. It's not always about what they're charging you for afterward. Okay, the charges didn't stick. The first charge is being in the United States illegally. That's the first charge, just to let you guys know. Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. I have absolutely no political affiliation to any one party. I think that this is a good idea. That's a good idea over there. That's a good idea over there. Might be good to make a party of those people. How about that? I don't know. I don't know. It's not my fault that I just can't agree with everybody. And I'm not a puppet. Just not a puppet. Got to keep on going, you guys. What do we got over here? Oh, this is another one, you guys. I wanted to show you guys this one yesterday because I only was able to give you part of it. And this one was from Washington and the Trump administration. I want to know what you guys think about this. How would you feel if you were forced to apply for your green card abroad? Meaning, let's say if you're in the United States and you already work here, they're saying that you would have to go back to your original country of origin, fill out your paperwork, and then come back. How do you guys feel about that? They're saying that the Trump administration is about to force foreigners to apply for their green cards abroad. So if you're from Mexico, you got to go back when your time's up on your visa, and then you got to reapply to come back. What do you guys think about that? Just want to know what you guys think about that. Let's double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. El Salvador is smart to take some cash to accept people. You know what? 55 Coffee House, Lisa, you're right about that too. Absolutely agree. Seems like the normal way. We need updates on info on everybody. Africa don't want him. Why? Well, they send him to Africa. They speak French, not tribal languages. Sam Champion got the terrible idea. Absolutely great idea. I see why you're saying it. Let's go ahead and build on it. I'm gonna tell you why it's a bad idea, probably. Because people might get jammed up and they make it hard for them to get back. Is that what you're thinking, possibly? Only real bad part about that. Okay, what else you guys got about that? Real for real, Sam. Hey, Sam, what else you got? Absolutely a great idea. It could be a great idea. I have a friend of mine. He has people that work in Mexico. They go back to Mexico for the vacation. They fill out their paperwork. Sometimes it takes them about a month to get clearance to come back. The problem that certain people are having is like, will they try to make it a longer process to bring them back? Let's think about it, you guys. Let's be real about this. Keep moving forward. Double tap that screen and get those likes up and see what's going on here. Let's see.
Staying on top of more major headlines from throughout this week and taking a look at a social media post here on your screen, courtesy of the Wall Street Journal. It says this: most green card applicants will need to go abroad to apply for permanent residency at an American consulate rather than filing from within the U.S. as they do now. That's according to an announcement made by the Trump administration this past Friday. Now, for over half a century, foreign nationals with legal status have been able to apply for and complete the entire process for permanent residence in the U.S. That includes individuals married to U.S. citizens, holders of work and student visas, also refugees and political asylum seekers. However, this announcement from the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services says foreigners who are in the U.S. temporarily and who want to apply to become lawful permanent residents or green card holders will have to return home and apply there. A lot to discuss with this developing story. So joining us next to do so.
Hey, Frederick, thank you for that because I'm actually going to start that again very soon as well. And I got the laptop right there to do it. It's just a lot to jumble. But once I really get things in sync, like give me another 2 weeks, yes, we will be every single day back on Rumble every single day. Thank you for that as well. And it's a good time to announce that. Give me like 2 weeks. Gonna be great.
So is Andrea Flores. She is a former immigration advisor for the Department of Justice. Andrea, good morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
This is the pushback.
The groundwork here for our viewers who might not be familiar with this process in general. Before this announcement was made, Andrea, typically, how long does it take for someone to get a green card, and what does that process look like?
It can be extremely lengthy depending on how you entered the country or what status you were in. And people should know that there are two different ways you can apply to get a green card. You can apply from abroad at a consulate, or you can do what millions of immigrants have done now for, as you mentioned, decades, which is apply to adjust your status because you are already here on a visa, you are already working, you may be married to a US citizen or have family. So they are disrupting a very established process that Congress has fully recognized as legal. And they're trying to say all of those millions of people who normally would apply from within the country now need to leave the country to do so and get their green card.
And just to get some more background context, Andrea, roughly how many
So the people that were here, like let's say, thank you so much. So I really appreciate that. And I hope you guys grab those as well, those memberships that were given out. Thank you so much. Also want to ask a question right now. This is pertaining right now to people that are already working here. Let's say they're on a visa and their visas are about to come up on expiration and it's time for them to renew, which traditionally means that they have to go back. Instead of that, let's say a month early, they go back to the consulate and they say, hey, I want to stay longer. Do you guys have any difference in opinion on those people that are actually working, that are actually being productive, that are actually here? Just want to know. See, we got Jeffrey Spilker that says, don't wait until your visa runs out. Darnell, great to see you. Good morning, Darnell. Darnell, great to see you as well. And thank you. I am Key. Nothing wrong with following the law. Okay, what else you guys got? Not sure how asylum seekers would work. I'd put them in, it'll put them in danger. Oh, okay, angels, I got you. That goes for European countries too. Oh, good question, Ronnie. Good question. Joe BX had a conversation you'll never see on the mainstream media, how much the majority of Americans agree, just like we all do. So many of the things they used to do, so many of the things that they use to divide us. Joe BX, how you doing, bro? God bless you. I'm so glad that you're here. And hit those like buttons if you guys are just coming in. Let's keep on moving forward. Let's go. Let's go. I want to keep on moving on this because we already really covered this, and I think that that's a title and something that everybody was interested in. And I'm glad that we were able to have a conversation about that. Now let's see if we can get onto this bail jumping situation. Personally, I think they're giving murderers and attempted murderers too much of a low bail in the first place, especially if you've already are suspected of it and you're the only one. I don't think that certain ones of these people should be getting bail. Like, what are you giving an murderer bail for? I don't understand that. We got a situation, it's one bail jumper. He tried to flee to Italy, and then he was over there like, no, I don't want to go back. They had to go get him. We got a pattern of alleged violent fugitives that are fleeing prosecutions while on bail. They cutting off their ankle monitors and they're out of there. How many times have you seen us report this already on this show? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. Watch this.
Italy, the Houston man accused of seeking asylum in Italy to avoid his upcoming capital murder trial for the death of his pregnant wife in Houston has a status hearing set for 2 weeks from today. Now, Gillen's case has gotten worldwide attention after he cut off his ankle monitor and fled the country with a fake ID and passport. Yeah, Boogottinic joins us live to explain how there seems
Fake ID. How you get up out of here with that? He must have had somebody real good make him one. Yeah. What about that? Find out who made his.
to be a pattern when it comes to violent criminals running from the law. Ugochi, this all comes down to making bail, right?
That's correct, Alon and Jacob. In fact, right now, Andy Kahn with Crime Stop.
Audrey says, my brother cut his monitor off in front of me, tossed it in the road. Whoa, for real?
Says 37, we understand, capital murder suspects are currently out on bond in Harris County. He also says all of those suspects' bonds are under $500,000. Some are as low as $50,000.
37 of them just roaming the streets.
You take a look here, here's an example of one of them. He also says that several have already violated bond conditions or tampered with ankle monitors. One example is Jacori Randolph. Prosecutors actually reduced his murder charge to aggravated robbery as a part of a plea deal. Records say he cut off his GPS monitor and disappeared while out on a $50,000 bond. Khan believes there needs to be a faster and more aggressive response when violent offenders tamper with their monitors.
if you're on a capital murder bond or any bond for a particularly violent offense, certain violent offenses, and there's an alert, tamper alert, and you verify that that person is not where they're supposed to be, or you can't locate that individual, then there needs to be some sort of signal sent to law enforcement for them to check and see if they can find this particular individual.
Lee Gilly, who we just mentioned earlier, was out on a $1 million bond before he removed his ankle monitor and fled to Italy. And this week, Walter Pozos, who is charged with murder after investigators say he killed a passenger while street racing, was out on a $25,000 bond and cut off his ankle monitor before his trial. Now, coming up in our
25,000 for vehicular. Like those bills are just too low. That's $2,500 to a bail's bondsman. 10%.
extended morning newscast on the KH11 app, we have what legislation is actually being brought to the table to potentially tackle on this issue. Reporting live outside the Harris County Courthouse, BOOGOTTINYC, KHOU.
I can't even see the option either, man. You got $1 million bill and they're talking about giving him an ankle monitor. Lawrence, that's crazy, ain't it? Thank you so much, Liberty. That's right. We got the hottest news channel daily, 6 a.m. We're the platform for civil discussions and debate. All political parties are welcome here. That's our bottom line. That's right. Every single day, 6 a.m. Hottest on YouTube. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. That's right. We got an interview here. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. I'm just glad nobody got hurt in this because we would have to do a prayer. But you know what I do want to pray for? I want to pray for all of those fugitives that's on the run to not hurt anybody that's out there, some innocent person, some innocent old lady or somebody that's in their house minding their business. Got 37 of them out there right now roaming, and that's just in the Harris County. Lord knows about New York and our states that we're in that are out on these ankle monitors because they don't want to overflood the prisons or they made these low bonds. I want to protect all of the people, and I want to just pray and make sure that everybody out there on those ankle monitors, hopefully they don't hurt anybody because that's a really hard ask, but I'm praying for it, Lord. Amen. Because I don't think that every single person, even though I don't know, because it comes with the bail. They give you they say, all right, we're gonna give you a bail, but you got to wear an ankle monitor. And they rest assured in those ankle monitors. But as you know, they cut them off. Yeah. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got an interview that's pretty horrifying. It's the truth about Jeffrey Epstein's Mexico Zorro Ranch. A couple of people that actually visited there. And some new in-depth video that I think you guys might want to check out on your own. This came in for 60 minutes. It's about 30 minutes long. You know we don't watch the whole thing. It's called The Horrifying Truth About Jeffrey Epstein's Secret New Mexico Ranch. Brand new, just came out. It's coming off of 60 Minutes Australia. A lot of new information that came out on this. May the 24th it came out. Let's see what we can get before we got to roll out enough as possible. Let's see what we got here.
Out of reading the Epstein files, you were quite emotional during that. It seemed to affect you deeply. What was it that affected you so much?
I think that for me personally, to read the firsthand accounts of the violence that was committed against survivors and detailed descriptions of the assaults that happened to them by both Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell was truly chilling and dark.
Yes, that's right. You say it's really dark, dark stuff. How confronting did you find it?
Yeah, I mean, I think in particular, there are assault allegations in the unredacted files, which have never been prosecuted, including one that dates back to 1993, in which a man actually claims that he met Jeffrey Epstein, was brought to the ranch, he was drugged, and he describes in detail a scene in which multiple young men were raped at the ranch in front of him after he was drugged.
You hear about Jeffrey Epstein's penchant for minors and for young women, but not men. We haven't heard that before.
Yeah, I mean, Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell were serial abusers. So they really were super predators. And it's clear that this was just how they lived their lives.
Just getting back to the bodies buried near the ranch, what else do you know Do we have any idea of the age of these girls, where they came from, their names, who they are?
So at this particular moment, we don't have additional information about whether or not murders, burials, and other deaths happened at the property. There's a lot of stories, there's a lot of unsubstantiated evidence out there. But what I can tell you is that after the Epstein Files Transparency Act was passed by Congress, the many files that were released ultimately led the state of New Mexico to pass this bipartisan truth commission, and our state attorney general and Department of Justice reopened a criminal case that the federal government had asked them to close in 2019. And part of what is very strange about this case is, why did the federal DOJ ask New Mexico to close its criminal case? And among the allegations that were already reported to both the state of New Mexico and the FBI was a tip that had come into a local radio station in which a man claimed that he had video evidence of a sexual assault incident in which two Eastern European women who were flown into New Mexico were strangulated during a sex act and buried on the property. Other than that email, we don't have other evidence, but after it was revealed and we reviewed the unredacted files, New Mexico took this very, very seriously. New Mexico's DOJ reopened its criminal investigation. The new owner allowed New Mexico DOJ to search the property. They have at this time conducted a complete and thorough investigation physically of the property, including imaging of all 7,500 acres of the property. They're right now doing a technical analysis of that imaging data to understand if it reveals anything. One of the things that's very odd is that there was still letters, there was handwritten documents, there were books, there were other things that were still on the property.
And is it believed that that is evidence that could lead to further prosecutions?
Well, what I can tell you is that New Mexico's Department of Justice is deeply committed to turning the Epstein files into Epstein trials, and they've been very clear about this. We know that there are crimes that were committed that were reported, and in fact, the prosecution of Ghislaine Maxwell that happened in federal courts is a lot of the substantiating evidence that could be used to prosecute her in state court in New Mexico, because we know that she also violated New Mexico state statutes, both through her own sexual assault and trafficking and grooming. But also there are scores of other individuals who are named in the DOJ files that were co-conspirators that enabled trafficking and grooming. There are scores of individuals who committed acts of sexual assault and rape. And our DOJ is investigating all leads. They're looking at whether the statute of limitations allows them to prosecute those crimes in New Mexico state courts. And even if there are individuals who don't live in New Mexico who were accused of rape and sexual assault in New Mexico.
All right, you guys, I'm gonna put this up in the Discord because I know you guys want to see the rest of it possibly, right? Because there's a lot more. It's the horrifying truth about Jeffrey Epstein's secret New Mexico ranch. The horrifying truth about Jeffrey Epstein's New Mexico secret ranch. It's on 60 Minutes if you guys do want to see it as well by yourselves, but I'll make sure that I go ahead and copy paste it, put it in our Discord, the same way I make sure that I put the health and wellness clips in there every day as well. Might be a little late sometimes, but I get them in there. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because we got much more information coming in from Washington, from everywhere. And if you appreciate the content that you're getting right now, the way that we do it every single day, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe. Also, make sure that you hit the notification bell and hit all. This way you get all notifications and you know when we're on. Also, double tap the screen. When you see that light comes up, it sends up a signal and lets people know that we're over here. Many more people come and check us out. See what Ro Khanna has to say about bread and butter in 2024. What's Ro Khanna talking about over here? What's up? Oh, I know what he's talking about. probably talking about fraud. I think we had to skip that one out of there. Let's get on over here and talk about this Minnesota fraud real quick. We got so much to talk about when it comes down to fraud. It'll just make your head spin. But we do have some new details that emerged, and thank you for all the love. I take it and I give it right back. I don't think I don't see it over there. I'm just reading this. I see the love popping up. So much fraud, new details emerge as alleged fraud scandals as branded. Worse than ever. Worse than Watergate. You guys, you're talking about some real theft going on here when it comes down to Ilhan. There you go, feeding our future. One of the guys jumped out the window off the fourth floor balcony. Remember that?
All right, so here to help us figure out who knew what and when is Minnesota-based journalist who's been covering the fraud since, I believe, 2018, if I have that correctly, Liz, but it's Liz Collin. And I know that she's also spoken to a lot of people who've been hard to reach. We've asked for a lot of people out of Minnesota. You managed to accomplish getting in contact with these prosecutors. Let's talk about exactly what's going on. Fry, Omar, Ellison, how deep does this go into politics?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, there is an overlap with plenty of Democrats in power in Minnesota with all of this. It was the spring of 2021 when the raids involved with the $250 million fraud scheme tied to Feeding Our Future was first exposed. Even before that, though, you're right. There was a suspected $100 million fraud tied to overbilling at dozens of Somali-owned daycare sites in Minnesota. That was making news back then. So the question of who knew what and when, you laid that out. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, she held several events at the restaurant named in the Feeding Our Future fraud, including hosting her congressional win in 2018 at that very restaurant. So she knew one of the owners very well. Salim Saeed is his name, who has since been convicted. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry's senior policy aide, Abdi Nur Salah, also entered a guilty plea. He was tied to the case. Campaign donations from some of the defendants in Feeding Our Future eventually returned, as you mentioned, to Jacob Fry, Attorney General Keith Ellison, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. But you're right, I sat down with the lead prosecutor in the case, Assistant U.S. Attorney Joe Thompson.
Why are they just allowed to return the money and evade prosecution? My question is that. If they took money, why do they not get prosecuted as well?
To him months ago, and I asked him, will we see any of these political leaders indicted? By the time, he said he could not comment on future indictments, but even back then, the feds made it very clear that it seemed that these cases were still wide open. And now we're hearing about multiple social programs in Minnesota. And these investigations seem to be wide open at this case. And I think this federal spotlight certainly is helping at this moment, Will.
Okay, let's explore really quickly together, Liz, the questions of could and did. What I mean by that is we have audio of Keith Ellison. And as you know, Keith Ellison having a conversation with many of the people involved in this program, wherein he seems to be suggesting that he'll get any type of investigators off their back. Like if there's any holdup in some of the money going to their programs that were fraudulent, he'll grease the wheels, he'll figure out how to keep it going. They were complaining that people were starting to step in and stop the flow of funds. And Ellison seemed to be saying, well, where, how, I'll figure it out. So the question is could and did. Could this have been to this scale without all of these politicians knowing about it? And did they know about it?
It seems at this point, Will, hard to believe that someone did not know about this. You have a state senator, Omar Fateh, celebrating the fact that the money kept flowing. You have a city council member in Minneapolis, also part of that celebration that was actually held. It's on video. There are recordings of that as well. And our reporting dates back years at this point, going over that celebration that took place. Unless none of these people, which I find it very hard to believe, are not talking to each other at all. And now you also have these whistleblowers that have come forward recently saying that they went to Governor Tim Walz 7 years ago when he first came into office, and they wanted to bring these red flags to his attention, and they say that they were met with silence. So we're seeing that now on Medicaid funding perhaps being cut if Walz doesn't take this more seriously, according to that letter that was sent from the federal government on.
Yeah, they talking about cutting the budget for the welfare out there. And he just keep on talking about, oh, they're just trying to make a big deal out of something to politicize it. They're just trying to get politics out of it. Hey, you guys, let's keep on. The sad part that I always say is, with great power comes great responsibility. And when you wield certain power, sometimes you can get through certain people's kinks and you can find them. But it just depends on the price. They say everybody's got a price. Thank you so much, Teddy Marcel. Hope you're having a fantastic day. There you guys. Did the Americans who frauded PPP get this deal? Good question. No, but my question to you, Teddy, is how come they can give the money back without going to facing justice or without having to go to court or something like that? They say all four of them gave the donation money back. Yeah, okay. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got a Texas candidate, Isaiah Martin, who was at a hearing after refusing to yield. He got, and many people are saying that this was abuse. What do you guys think? Listen to this. They're saying that this is Isaiah Martin right here. I can't find another video for it, sadly, but this is what happened.
Shame. You have shame. History will not remember you for what you have done. It is a shame. It is horrific for what you have. Jesus, get up and down. It's horrific for what you have done. Sir, sit down. All be ashamed. America will rise up against you. Sir, this is my first night out. Exhibited throughout this hearing. The purpose of today is to hear your testimony. When individuals fail to maintain order.
Now, we got many people in the comments
It's disrespectful to
that are saying that that was assault. The way that they went about that was terribly wrong in Austin, you guys. Yeah, let's keep it moving. Let's go. Let's keep on going. We got a nationwide viral situation going on here where viral teens are doing these takeovers, you guys. And I'm talking about it's to the point where they're overpowering the police. Sad part about it is when you realize you're a teenager, you're young, and you realize you're overpowering the police, what does that make you do? It makes you act out, makes you do more, makes you even go even worse than you normally would. This is the sad part where you and I always say it begins at home. And I always say myself, give us a product to deal with. You always say to us, some people always say, oh yeah, well, it takes a village to raise a child. You're right about that. But can you give us the right type of product to deal with? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, and let's see what's going on. And there is no particular state. This is viral, going on everywhere.
Welcome back into Live Now from Fox. We want to shift gears here a bit and talk about some of the trends that we're seeing across the country here. Do want to bring this up.
Just broke into summer, you guys, and the police can't handle them. It's too many of them.
Up on your screen here. And what you're looking at is this viral teen takeover movement here that we are seeing across the country. And I just want to give you a little bit of background of what
You got Chicago, DC, Atlanta, Florida, everywhere.
we're seeing, as from upscale waterfront neighborhoods to malls, parks, and packed restaurants. Viral teen takeovers are erupting across the country, with police responding to fights, robberies, vandalism, and gunfire as massive crowds of juveniles overwhelm public spaces. And you can see there we have 4 boxes there of these teen takeovers in Chicago, Florida, Washington, D.C., and Atlanta, Georgia. So what we want to do now is bring in our next guest onto the program here, Michael Gold, who is the founder of the NYPD K-9 unit and a former NYPD officer. Michael, thank you so much for joining us here today. So talk to us a little bit about the difficulties here that law enforcement officers experience when it comes to trying to deal with large crowds of juveniles like some of these that we've seen on the screen here.
Yeah, certainly. So thanks for having me, Bowen. So this is nothing new. Urban teenage violence, teenage rebellion is part of the fabric of our society. We all, to some degree, rebelled when we were teenagers. This, of course, is taken to another level. But nothing new. In the 80s, I was a member of the NYPD, and there was a phenomenon called wilding. Wilding meant gangs of teenagers spontaneously went on sprees of violence.
Wilding. They used to do it over by Brandeis. If anybody remember that school, I don't know why they put the Gap by the train station. Are you serious? You got the Gap on the corner, and right at the end of 86th Street, you had the train station. So of course they run into the Gap and snatch an armful of stuff, one person's shirts, pants, whatever like that. Then by the time they get to the train station, they're separating all the clothes for their size. Yeah, it was crazy. That's how they used to do it. Wilding. You guys know what wilding was.
People.
And let's get to this other single. I'm gonna single this one out because this single one was crazy right here. Check this one out. We got a this one right here is kind of crazy. This is a stampede. You guys know about this one. This is a stampede that devastated South Carolina, the motorbike event, and left 19 people injured. This one here. A terrifying stampede erupted at South Carolina's annual Atlantic Beach Festival on the 24th. Leaving at least 19 people injured, according to Harwich County Fire Rescue. The town of Atlantic Beach said that the stampede started when one person began running. That's that. And everybody else like, shoot, I ain't gonna stand around if you're running. Now it started a brief chain reaction within the crowd. Somebody said that's crowd mentality. Nah, man, I don't know about hanging out in these crowds anyway nowadays, man. I think the crowd days are over for us guys. You know, us, you and me, I don't know. Maybe those crowd days are over. But you know the bad part about it is it'll be one day where we just hanging out minding our business and the crowd will find us. And we'll be like, oh my God, we talked about this the other day or whenever. No, we don't need that to happen. That's why I need us to chill out. No stampedes, no craziness. You guys ready? I can't even believe I'm about to say this. 1-800 cars for kids. KARS cars for kids. 1-800 cars for kids. Don't donate your car today. That's right, you guys, because they got sued for doing all types of they wasn't supposed to be doing. Now, let me ask you a question. If somebody tells you that the money's going towards the kids, okay, you're okay with that. But if you find out that that money going somewhere else, mm, 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 you have a problem with that, right? Now, I'm not going to be able to play the song because that's the kid singing it. So I'm going to do it for you. 1-800 cars for kids, KA, and then I'll let them tell you guys the rest. When you find out where this money going, woo, oh my God. I don't know. Now, I ain't got no problem with where it's going, but how about tell people where it's going? That's all I'm saying. Seven cars for kids. 1-877 cars for kids. There you go. Donate your card today with a K. Donate your card today. You don't have nobody to come pick it up. We'll send a tow truck.
After a judge ruled that Jingle violated California's false advertising laws. It's advertisers across the country, including here in Georgia. Donors for their cars, which they sell for cash. Now, a judge says the ad could be misleading after a donor sued. It's quick and easy. Saying he believed the proceeds would go to help children in need.
They knew what they were doing. The ad is extraordinarily impactful.
Anthony Graham represents the man and says the money has actually been going to Orthodox Jewish programs in New York, New Jersey, and the Middle East.
We have to show they knowingly and intentionally misled the public. And it's not an easy thing to do, but we did it.
The ruling says the ad misleads people to believe the money is used for supporting kids generally and bans the ad in California starting on June 8th. In a statement to ABC News, Cars for Kids says, we believe this case was nothing more than a lawyer-driven attempt to siphon off charitable funds for their own gain. We expect to win on appeal because the law and facts are clearly on our side.
It will make many charities a little concerned that a case like this could be brought and checking whether their disclosures are adequate.
For now, that ad could still play in Georgia, though Cars for Kids also faces a federal class action lawsuit with similar allegations.
Again, you know you ain't getting no content like KARS cuts for kids and telling them, boom, blowing the whole top up off of it and try to put it on a low news station like we wasn't gonna find it. I'm everywhere. What do you guys think about that? I know you guys probably thought it was gonna go to a a certain place, but what do you guys think about that? What if you're not for that or that type of, you know what I'm saying? What do you guys think about, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what. Wait a minute, where the bracelets at? Look at somebody said, where the bracelets at? Look. They should have had just made an album. I want to hear you sing Cars for Kids again. Y'all ready? 1-800 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-800 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. And you better give me a like for that, damn it. Subscribe or something. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I wanted to be able to make you laugh before I told you about this other story. And I didn't want to do it by talking about her eyebrows or talking about if she Patti LaBelle's family member because she's looking a little, yeah, but I'm going to leave that alone. Too bad I got froze on that face there. It's not my fault. It ain't my fault. Did I do that? No, you did it, Garfield face. Go ahead and do what you got to do. But I appreciate you for giving us the news. Double tap that screen and get those likes up. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. This one is not funny at all. We're going to need prayers for this next one. We got a 2-year-old baby. Damn. Keep the weapons in a safe with a lock on the part that goes for the trigger. Also, you might think that the kids can't get past the safe or whatever, so you're not gonna lock the trigger. Lock the trigger anyway. Make sure there's no clip in there, and damn sure make sure that there's never one in the head. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because you got situations like this where you're gonna wind up either in jail or crying because of your baby. Because kids see stuff as a toy. You got a 2-year-old here in Chicago, 2-year-old, pows himself in the head. Yeah. Now his family members are in custody because of this. Let's go, you guys.
Certainly a tough day for this family and all who cared for this young boy, Rob. As you mentioned, that 2-year-old was taken here to Comer Children's Hospital, initially in critical condition, but sadly he died. Let's take you over to some video that was captured just hours ago. Evidence technicians seen at the scene of a heartbreaking loss. Chicago police say this happened at 104th near South Maryland Street in the city's south side. It's not yet known how, but police say after 12:30 Sunday afternoon, a 2-year-old boy suffered a self-inflicted gunshot to the head. Community activists say these tragedies serve as a reminder for parents and caregivers to do better.
We can't keep losing our babies because of some adult things. And so whether it's gun locks or gun safety kits or whatever the case may be, or just plain paying attention, we got to be proactive or preactive.
I want to ask that question too, Beyond. How the F does a 2-year-old get a hold of that? Yeah.
Police say a 31-year-old man was taken into custody. Police have not said if that man will face any charges, nor what that relationship or what the possible relationship might be between that individual and the 2-year-old boy.
That's why I couldn't do the Cars for Kids after that, because it would be like I couldn't see myself dancing and doing that after that. I gotta pray after that. We gotta pray for that 2-year-old soul, and we're gonna hopefully a lot of people understand and learn from situations like this. If you do have a weapon, how important it is to lock it up. And you can't just lock it up. You gotta separate things when you lock it up, sadly. And not only that, you gotta put a lock on that trigger, because that's what goes back. And if you got an easy trigger, because a lot of people are asking a question now, how does a baby even hold that? Probably was lifting it up and probably right there with an easy hair grain. And next thing you know, it was one inside the head or whatever. Yeah. And it was probably not a revolver. And yeah, sad situation. Let's be more responsible. I know we're trying to protect our families, but protect your family from within as well. Amen. Yeah. Just keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. Let's go. Can we get 200 likes? That's what Liberty's asking, because I know we earned them. We're doing a good job here, aren't we? Bringing you guys trending topics, current events, information from everywhere. Whoever hasn't hit the like button, come on, let's hit that like button. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up so more people can see these stories, and hopefully we can prevent things like this from happening in the future. Let's keep on going. I didn't even know that they had bears inside of Atlanta. They ran through a whole apartment complex. Do you guys, anybody here from Atlanta or Georgia? They have bears out there. Oh boy. Okay, let's go. I don't know if this is if this is one of the one of the Chicago Bears that decided that they want to go to Atlanta now. But yeah, bears in Atlanta, you guys. Let's go.
Good for a bear spotted running through a local apartment complex. The video is spreading quickly online, and neighbors are reacting to seeing the unexpected visitor.
Thank you, Christine.
Sign is at the apartment complex off Windy Hill Road in Cobb.
This is Atlanta. Thank you, Christine, for the compliment. Yeah, that's why I'm like, and it was a pun, a joke. You know what I'm saying? I said, I know about the Chicago Bears, but I don't know about having bears in Atlanta.
County with how some people thought it was cool, others not so much, Michael.
Yeah, Wendy, mixed feelings out here. Again, we're just down the street from where this bear was spotted. That video now going viral on social media. Now, this afternoon, neighbors told me they're relieved they didn't come face to face with the bear, but they also said they want to stay alert just in case it comes back. Video of a bear running through a Cobb County apartment complex is getting people talking. And for some neighbors, it came as a big surprise.
Oh, no, I didn't see that. That's crazy.
While some residents thought the sighting was interesting, others had a very different reaction.
He probably looking for the dumpster.
I think this whole situation is crazy. I mean, a baby that was in my neighborhood, that could have hurt some kids.
Thank you, Jelena.
Grown people.
Honestly, it's scary. It's a safety issue for me.
Wildlife experts say this time of year, black bears can travel long distances looking for food, territory, or new habitats, sometimes bringing them into neighborhoods where people least expect them.
Many of these young bears end up following their nose down in these metro Atlanta neighborhoods and end up staying a little bit longer than we would like to.
You're out there barbecuing, they coming to the barbecue. Guess who coming to the barbecue, y'all? Thank you guys for the compliments. We do this every single day. Smoker, thank you too. Smoke.
If you see a bear, keep your distance, avoid approaching it, and never feed it.
I don't know what to do if I see a bear coming at me. And like, I figured if there's one, there's probably more than one, right?
Yeah, so basically experts, again, just a good reminder when it comes to your trash, make sure it's secure. They say often don't even put it out there until pickup day. They also say it's important to not leave pet food, bird seed, greasy grills, and even coolers. There's just ways that you can prevent bears from coming into your neighborhood.
They smelling that sweet barbecue coming off that grill, y'all. You know how a lot of people don't like to clean their grill because they like to have a little, extras on there. Having a little Al Bundy grill going on with a little bit of the dirt left on the bottom. That brings in the flavor, Peg. Meanwhile, you got the bear out there like this. Just follow your nose, boo, 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 boo. We can go find us a picnic basket, boo, boo. Let's go. Y'all better be careful out there. Them bears is not playing. Let's get on over to Ohio, Dayton to be exact. You guys hear about this story back in 2025? Travis Jackson was found guilty of murdering a landscaper. Tried to say he was in self-defense. Guess what? Locked up, and I think he's getting life. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. Watch your head. He don't need to watch his head because he's going to court. He don't even need to worry about taking no trip because they already got him.
Returning to the courtroom early this morning, the jury finally reached a verdict in the Travis Jackson trial.
Jackson shot and killed 22-year-old Tanner Staggs in Dayton last September, claiming he did it in self-defense. News reporter Evan Bales has been covering the trial all week. Evan, what happened today?
Every time they get caught, don't they come up with a good defense? They come up with something, well, they were stealing from me. They stole something. They hurt my heart or whatever like that. It was self-defense. Yeah, okay.
Lauren, Jack, after hours of deliberation, both today and yesterday, around 2 p.m., we got word that the jury had finally reached a verdict.
And let's not get past giving Evan massive props. Evan is out here soaking wet, getting this content to us. We're not going to overlook that. I'm talking about you had the Superman hairdo when you came out there, Evan. But guess what, brother? You gets the props. He's out there in the rain getting it for us, you guys. Come on, give it up to Evan. I know he ain't gonna hear it, but yeah.
Now, despite claims that he had shot Staggs in self-defense, the jury found Travis Jackson guilty on all counts.
Got him.
Now, this again was after 4 days of trial and 8.5 hours of deliberation. A jury finally found Travis Jackson guilty on all counts for the murder of Tanner Staggs. Those charges included murder, involuntary manslaughter, and felonious assault. After an argument that started from grass clippings left on Jackson's car by the landscaping team Staggs was with, a brief confrontation led to Jackson shooting.
Now he ain't gonna hear to watch your head, but he got both of those.
Staggs twice. A self-defense claim made by Jackson forced the state to prove he wasn't the aggressor, didn't use unreasonable force, and was in imminent danger. In the end, though, the jury ruled in the state's favor. In a packed courtroom filled with the families of the deceased and defendant, a ripple of murmurs and sobs broke out as the judge read the verdict.
We, the jury, find defendant Travis Jackson guilty of the offense of murder, proximate result of felonious assault, deadly weapon, as alleged in count 4. This verdict form is signed in ink by all 12 jurors.
Dumbass.
Now, I got a chance to briefly speak with Tanner's family as they were on their way out. They tell me that they are relieved that the trial is
I keep telling you guys that road rage, the anger, that getting mad out of nowhere. And I'm glad a lot of us know better than that. Probably used to be like that back in the day or when we was younger, but we learned from it. I used to be like that too. Always little thing get you mad. You want to say something, has something to do with it. You know what? Leave it alone, you guys, because it's not worth it. Even if you win, sometimes you lose. That's the perfect example right there.
Finally over, and they feel that they finally have a chance to grieve. Now, the next phase for Jackson at this point, right now, he is in custody. He will be appearing in court next on June 10th at 11 a.m. for his sentencing. Reporting live and date, I'm Evan Bales, 2 News.
There you go, Evan. Thank you for that report right there. And yes, we want to give a prayer out to the person who lost his life because, yes, that's how it all happened and everything. And yeah, it looked like a fine young man. We see many different comments, different things being said about the man in the comments. This all stemming over what, guys? Grass clippings. Not money, not a cell phone, not nobody talking to nobody's wife or anything like that. Grass clippings. Yeah. Let's keep on moving forward. Amen to the rest and rest his soul. Doesn't make any sense. Let's keep on. We got another situation where Spencer Pratt, Justin from Los Angeles. Oh, he's going against Karen. Do you think he has a chance? I don't know, you guys. What do you think about Spencer Pratt's chance in this mayoral election going on right now? What do you guys think?
Personnel candidate Spencer Pratt is taking his campaign to the streets. Hundreds showed up to support him during a pit stop in his opponent, Councilwoman Nithya Rama's district. California Post opinion editor Joel Pollard joins me. Until now, you say Pratt's campaign appeared to lack a ground game. Now he's out on the streets talking to people in neighborhoods like Sherman Oaks. Does he now have a viable campaign?
Well, we always had a viable campaign. The question is, how can you defeat the union machine that runs politics in LA? And the only way to do it is with a Trump-like strategy that doesn't just rely on entertaining social media posts, but also brings new voters out of the shadows, off the sidelines, and into the race. Getting people from the San Fernando Valley to vote, for example, is a huge positive step. Many people out there don't vote in mayoral elections. They don't see a point. He's giving them a point. He's talking to them. He's listening to them. This is definitely a step in the right direction.
While Pratt's focused on homelessness and violent crime, incumbent Mayor Karen Bass, she's focused on solar-powered street lighting. Watch this.
What are you going to do with a second term that you weren't able to do in the first?
Well, let me just tell you, complete many of the things I've been working on. For example, we have a terrible problem in LA with copper wire theft, which means our street lights go out all the time. Well,
First thing, you need to do something about that bird's nest on your head. Something about that. You need to do something about that.
about a month ago, I've rolled out a plan to install 60,000 solar lights, moving away from copper.
She want to use solar lights. Yeah, more work to maintain, right?
And we're installing a couple of hundred a month.
So, I don't mean to be facetious, but the streets will stay dirty and crime-ridden, but they'll be lit by inefficient, environmentally friendly street lamps. Again, I'm being sarcastic. Is that what people really want in Los Angeles?
Well, it's just shocking that she would say that's her first priority for a second term. The city has so many problems. We've got a budget crunch, a shortage of police officers. We've got infrastructure that's crumbling. We have fire prevention that we know failed
Homeless.
in the Palisades fire. Her top priority is going to be solar streetlights. You know, the priority should really be tackling the theft that led to the problem in the first place. You can actually install cheaper.
What is she talking about, Zion?
Some of these streetlights for much less than the cost of putting up the solar panels and solar batteries. By the way, these batteries have to be changed every 5 to 10 years. So now you're going to have the LA street crews running around an area of almost 500 square miles, climbing up individual poles to change the batteries rather than just servicing the network of copper wires. The problem is the theft. And it's just amazing to me that that's her top priority. Angelinos might like the idea of solar streetlights, but it's not anyone's number one priority.
If you had to guess right now, would you think that Karen Bass can get a second term?
Well, absolutely. She has the public sector unions on her side, and that's the key to winning any election in a big city like Los Angeles.
Just like when it comes down to being the governor of New York, a lot of them are already intimidated and a lot of people are scared. So when people are already in, the sad part, you guys, I'm sorry to say this, you're going to be stuck with her another term, and we're going to be stuck over here with Kathy Jokel Hochul. They're very intimidating. They suppress people, and they use the power that they have now to stop situations, and they got a lot of money. Let's keep on moving forward. You guys double tap that screen, and let's get those likes up. Remember, Karen was dodging the reports when they were asking why she left the country during the fires. And then she came back, and she was supposed to lift different situations, like different terms, like different things, and open it up so that they can get certain things done. 2 years later, she still has not cleared the Palisades. Still has not. Federal government did it in 2 weeks. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's go. We got more voter intimidation. Like I said, DA group sends a warning over the Fed agendas at polls. Better get ready for the handcuffs and warnings against federal agents at the polls. What you guys think about this? What do you think about these new initiatives that they're taking on at the polls?
A coalition of Democratic district attorneys is vowing to prosecute any federal agent suspected of intimidating voters at the polls during the midterms. The announcement comes a week after President Trump refused to rule out sending agents to polling places this November, saying he'd, quote, do anything necessary to make sure we have honest elections. The coalition, which calls itself the Project for the Fight Against Federal Overreach, includes
What up, Scooter?
DAs from across the country. Philadelphia District Attorney Larry Krasner is one of those prosecutors, and he joins me now. It's good to see you. President Trump, as I mentioned, believes that sending agents to polling places helps ensure honest elections. Do you see it that way?
He doesn't believe any of that. He is totally in favor of dishonest elections and has been a serial election liar and denier. I mean, we all know this. That's frankly just letting him off the hook. It's, you know, this is really very simple. He has a real problem, which is that state court prosecutors who prosecute and convict federal officials are putting convictions on them that cannot be pardoned. It's a real problem. I understand he's used to getting away with crimes. Even when he got caught for 34 felonies, he didn't do any time for it. But the reality is he's got a real problem with state court prosecutors. We have gotten together. We are associating with each other. We're ready to go. And in the same way that my office and the offices of these other members of this group have successfully prosecuted civilians and also prosecuted law enforcement, we will prosecute federal agents who try to interfere with elections. It's a crime in almost every jurisdiction to engage in election interference under state law, and they better get ready for the handcuffs and the jail cell.
Uh-oh. So the federal agents better be looking to get arrested if they have anything to do messing around with the tolls, with the polls. What do you guys think about that? Let's keep on going. What do you have to say? Lee Davis says doesn't matter here in Maryland. They're sending out multiple. Damn, I missed the last part. So sorry, you guys. But we got to keep on moving forward anyway. But I would like to know your opinions on that. First, Trump was crooked businessman. We've got another chance at life today. Let's make it count. That's right. I love that right there, Zion's Choice. What else you got for me? So they don't know that Dominion was caught. We use Dominion, fool. Okay, what were those 34 felonies? Anybody know? Question mark. Boom. Let's keep on going. Scooter, there is nothing but crimes going on with the way that they're trying to rig the elections. Okay, Scooter, let's keep on going. What do you guys think about Nancy Mason's new proposal targeting foreign-born lawmakers right now? She's saying right now only presidents and vice presidents have to be American born, born and bred. Her proposal makes any member of Congress have to be the same way, American born and bred, um, not a naturalized citizen, not where you can just become here and become a citizen, then you can run and be an administrator, kind of like Ilhan Omar and a couple of other people. What do you guys think about that? Where only naturalized citizens can become administrators as well as presidents and vice presidents. Let's keep on moving forward because that's what Nancy's saying.
Political controversy is unfolding in Washington after Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace introduced a new constitutional amendment that could bar foreign-born Americans from serving in some of the most powerful positions in the US government. Right now, the US Constitution only requires presidents and vice presidents to be natural-born citizens. But Mace says that the same rule should also apply to members of Congress, federal judges, and top Senate confirmed officials.
So what do you guys think about that? What we got? We got scooters. Okay, what do you got? What do you got? South Carolina, the rain. I don't agree with that. As long as you're legal and came here the right way. Okay, same argument in the move against gangs in New York. Literally. What else? It should. That it'd be good. Monica will be wouldn't happen. She is addicted to fraud. About time. Good morning. Then that means all DEM Europeans can definitely go back. I absolutely agree. Parents have to be citizens as well. Let me ask you guys a question. Can you go to Africa, Italy, let's say Spain or any one of the other countries and become a president or any sort of administrator? Let me know if anybody has ever done that in the history of the world. Just interested to know if other countries allow what we allow. Just want to know. I'm just asking. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. Let's see what else is here.
Under her proposal, anyone born outside the United States, even if they later became a US citizen, would no longer be eligible to hold those positions in the future.
Ilhan Omar, Sri Thanadar, Pramila Jayapal. All were born in foreign countries. None were citizens by birth. All are sitting in the United States Congress, all making clear every single day their loyalty is not to America.
At the moment, 26 foreign-born members are serving in Congress, including both Democrats and Republicans. But changing the Constitution would be extremely difficult. The amendment would need support from 2/3 of both the House and Senate, followed by approval from 3/4 of US states.
Hey, everybody, I need to tell you something that my staffers just handed me. Nancy Mace introduced a joint resolution proposing a constitutional amendment requiring members of Congress, federal judges, and Senate confirmed officers to be natural-born citizens. I find that to be completely unacceptable and morally wrong. As many of you know, I was brought to this country as an infant. I'm a naturalized citizen. My parents brought me here in search of a better life. And that is what this country is all about. It's a place where people from around the world come in search of their dreams, their ambitions, and that everyone can become an American, regardless of where you come from. So I hope that you stand up to this bigotry and hate that informs this type of joint resolution. I sure am. Stay tuned. We all need to stand shoulder to shoulder against this, these utterly unacceptable and un-American resolutions. Thank you.
Y'all going in on this one. I love this. You guys are going in on this one. Yeah, y'all. It's a fantastic topic. I love it, you guys. It's a really good topic. You guys have so much good information. He's emotional. Of course, he doesn't want to lose his job. Apparently, the liar. Yeah, I see you guys are going in on this. We should have a vote. Omar is the perfect example of what happens. We had some other people that said that they feel that the loyalties would be more to the United States than anywhere else. Got so much good content coming in over this. Yeah, you guys, that's what I'm talking about. That's how you do it. Liberty says thumbs up to the hottest show and the host. Morning news show around. News and entertainment, all in that order. Our bottom line. Our, because we go our H plus, because we go our plus. Bottom line, That's what we get to, the bottom line. And we like to do it in a fair way. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because now we got a Chicago University Village Police work to break up a large team gathering near the west side. Is that what's going on right now? Is that? Oh yeah, okay, look at that.
Top story now, and hundreds of teenagers gathered in University Village this morning, leading to a massive police response, blocked roads, even.
Wanted you guys to see the overtaking. I wanted you to see this earlier. They overtake the streets and the people. The police can't even really handle these takeovers.
Some bus reroutes. Yeah, our crews, when they got
They had to reroute the buses.
out there, they actually heard some gunshots. This was all in the area of Loomis and Roosevelt. NBC5's Jen Shantz is joining us live in our newsroom now. And Jen, do we know if anybody was arrested or hurt? We have been working to learn that information all morning, Lexi. Our photojournalist, Joe, did see several ambulances on scene, but we are still awaiting official confirmation from Chicago police if any of those young people or if any officers were hurt this morning. We want to show you some new citizen video just into our newsroom of this large gathering. You can see just a sea of people there. Most of the
Do you guys see this? I mean, really, do you see how many people are out here? And you mean to tell me the parents don't know that their kids is outside, all of these people?
young, looking to be in their teens or early 20s. They're blocking portions of Loomis and Roosevelt. Now, later there were dozens of police officers on scene as well. We want to show you what our crews heard and witnessed as they arrived. Now there's several gunshots and a crashed sedan in that area as well. That vehicle, along with police tape, remaining there for hours this morning. This large gathering happening just days after city leaders spoke about how to prevent such events from going out of control. Memorial Day weekend, the unofficial.
You don't want to do the drones with the bear spray, because once you start doing that and you create a stampede, now they're going to sue the city. Ah, remember that. I sound like it would have been a good idea, right? Drones and bear spray. People running around and stuff like that. Now they want to sue because they fell and got hurt. Yeah, can't do it. You just can't. All we really need to do is talk to the parents. How about we start doing facial recognition and seeing if we can find these teens' parents and arresting them directly? Oh, we don't care. You come knock on the person's door. Oh, well, how you doing? Oh, yeah, I know y'all here for Tyrone. I heard about that thing that happened the other night, and I know. Well, guess what? We need you. Well, what do you mean? We're not here for Tyrone. We here for you. You get enough of that, Tyrone gonna get his whooped, and he ain't going back out there no more. That's what we need to do. Go get the mama. Go get the papa. Go get the auntie. Or where you was at, or you should have been with him. Come here for a minute. Watch your head. New charge, and make it a real nice fine for $1,500 every time they catch them. $1,500 every time. $1,500. Yeah, hold the mama and daddy accountable. That's right. Go get them. I don't care what y'all got to say about it. Come here for a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Now Tyrone ain't here. Oh yeah, I know. Come here for a minute. Come on. So once they step over that threshold, oh, they locked up mommy. What they lock up mommy for? Oh, well, I guess Tyrone acted up, and you know what they're doing now? They're locking up the parents. I'm all with it. Let's keep on moving forward to over to Connecticut. We got to get on over to Stratford, where we got this former high school wrestling coach who's been accused of the number 6 sexual assault involving a student. And I'm so glad that we catching him. I am so glad. Watch your head. Yeah, we catching him. They ain't letting this fool out neither. They caught him in 2025. I think that they might have some more on them too.
A former Stratford High School wrestling coach faced a judge today. He is accused of sexually assaulting a student 3 years ago. Jordan Myron was the coach at Staples High School, but the superintendent says he resigned last week. News 12 Connecticut's Marissa Alter reports from Bridgeport Superior Court.
Jordan Myron made a brief first court appearance during which the public defender's office was assigned to his case. The judge also issued a protective order barring him from contact with the former Stratford High School student he's accused of sexually assaulting 3 years ago. 36-year-old Jordan Myron is charged with second-degree sexual assault following a Stratford police investigation that began last week.
We had a victim come into the police department on the 12th to report the incident to the Detective Bureau.
Chief Renee Dominguez says the woman is now 20, but was assaulted in the summer of 2023 when she was a student at Stratford High School and Myron was the wrestling coach.
From there, the detectives were able to get enough probable cause to get a warrant signed yesterday, and we were able to make an arrest.
I like that idea, G.A. Bunny. I like that idea.
Great detective work and cooperation, and we had enough information right from the beginning where many times it is not the case.
Myron's bond was set at $150,000, which he posted prior to his arraignment at Bridgeport Superior Court. Stratford Superintendent told News 12 the district couldn't comment on the active police case, but we are fully cooperating with law enforcement as appropriate. The safety and well-being of our students remain our highest priority. An Instagram post shows Myron became the head wrestling coach at Staples High School in September 2023. Westport superintendent released a statement that the school district was notified on May 13th about the allegations. Upon receiving this information, the district took immediate action. Mr. Myron was directed not to engage in any communication or interaction with Westport Public Schools students, families, staff members, or members of the athletic community. Myron submitted his resignation on May 16th. He was arrested 2 days later. Police ask anyone with knowledge about this incident or any others to come forward.
We will fully investigate any further information.
Myron had no comment after his court appearance. He's due back here on June 5th. In Bridgeport, Marissa Alter, News 12, Connecticut.
Oh boy, boy, oh boy, oh boy. I gotta follow up with that case right there too. Gotta make sure we seeing what's going on with those guys and follow up with them so that we know where they at all times. Kind of like when they gotta check in with the cameras and all of that, and they gotta check in their address at all times. We need to know about people like that, where they're at all times. How dare you, 13 years old, 15 years old, a wrestling team? Could you imagine what he was doing or the other children that he had access to? Scary situation. I think they need to look into all of the more children. And this would be a good time to use a video like this. Come on here. Let me talk to you for a minute. Again, I always do this. I wanted to show you this video. Why are you showing me this, mom or dad? I want you to see this video right here because you always get angry at me for asking you to text, asking you to call me and check in. It's not even that. It's the teachers, it's the police, it's the DAs. It's so many different people that I have to worry about doing something to you. And that could probably bring a good conversation about where you guys have a medium. And then it's like, oh, well, my dad or my aunt or my uncle is, or my mom is not always on me because of me. It's because of the stuff that they realize that I have to deal with. I just saw this video. I'm not blaming you, but I think you need to see it. When you guys feel that they should be able to see it. But with the way the world is, not preparing a child is even worse. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because these data centers have me asking questions now. What's going to happen when all of this power is in one place? Is it possibly radioactive or something like that? Power plants, just like these other power plants now that's all over these places. What's going to happen? Yeah, because you know what I'm about to say. AI across the world. Data centers are going up everywhere. That's right. What's going to be the impact on the world? They're talking about smog and things like that. What's going to happen when we're pulling all of this power, generating all of this power in order to function and move AI to where it needs to be? We can't run AI off the same power, 110 and 220 like apartments. We need much more power to run AI. What's going to happen when it's finally taken over the entire world when it comes down to these data centers?
News investigation. Half of all the new demand for electricity over the next 5 years in the U.S. is expected to come from data centers. They are the backbone of AI technology. In partnership with our stations across the country, our Elizabeth Schulze shows us how they're dividing communities, bringing the promise of new jobs, but fears of higher utility bills.
This was the sound at Laura Evans' home in suburban Chicago last spring when backup generators kicked in at the data center 1,000 feet from her backyard. It never goes away. Never goes away. Laura tells us the data center emits a low hum 24/7, and it's not just the noise taking a toll.
No, it actually is. It actually is. Because you guys will probably be like, well, it's just a low hum. Or what? No, that shit is aggravating after a while. Who want to hear that all day, every day?
She says in the last year, her average electricity bill has spiked 23%. How do you budget when it's changing that much in a year? You can't. The electric company warned
Water control. Look at that.
they need more power at the data centers, saying one reason why is increased electricity use from data centers and artificial intelligence.
The energy demand from these facilities affects our ability to meet clean energy goals, have a livable planet,
and also just pay our bills. ABC News and our owned and affiliated stations spoke with communities across the country grappling with the rapid buildup of data centers to support the AI boom. An analysis from our data team found there are more than 3,000 data centers in the U.S. About 1,200 more are now under construction or soon to be built.
If you're watching a show or if you're using AI, ultimately a lot of the computation happening there, or at least the storage for that thing, is in a data center somewhere.
And our analysis finds a majority of the country's large data centers are or will be in cities, towns, or developed suburbs. Look, the value of the homes dropped 10% around those centers. There you go. Look, nobody talking about this right here though, but we do. We talk about it.
You need a really well-developed, very consistent grid. They need to be extremely reliable in the energy that they use, because if a data center suddenly goes out, if it completely loses power, all the tens of thousands of people who are interacting with it are suddenly going to be very mad.
When these data centers go offline, your apps can go down almost right away.
Exactly.
So this is pretty much as close as we're going to get to where this data center is popping up. It's just a massive construction site. Hard to comprehend the scale of this.
A 2-hour drive north of Laura's home, we visited the site of what will be one of the biggest data centers in the U.S. in the small town of Port Washington, Wisconsin. A $15 billion project backed by OpenAI and Oracle that's part of the White House's Stargate initiative, announced on President Trump's second day in office. The campus sits on a plot of farmland bigger than 500 football fields and will eventually use about the same amount of electricity needed to keep the lights on in all the homes in Philadelphia.
They'd be putting power lines that are taller than apparently the Statue of Liberty.
Tom Utek has lived on this land for 40 years. He's an artist who draws inspiration from its natural beauty. Last year, he got a letter from his utility company saying it plans to build a massive power line for the data center right across his property.
I had no choice. And basically they're saying that if you don't agree, we will take it by eminent domain.
They'll just go over your land.
Yeah, and we'll fight it to the end.
He showed us where the power line would go.
Terrible.
Dozens of trees he planted.
Terrible.
There's no way this environment around this neighborhood could ever be the same if it's cut in half again by these giant things.
And you know, once they get there, they start taking more, and more. Yeah, you guys, the other side of the story that nobody ever talks about. The data centers, the tolls that they're going to take, the amount of space that they're going to take up. What if all of that was actually farmland? I know it'd be less money being made because AI is totally outweighs that. But what if it was farmland for fruits and vegetables and real good stuff that we can actually eat? I don't know, you guys, but we don't run it. We don't run the show. We just here. We just move around and do what we're supposed to do. If you appreciate that story and the ones that precede it, and you know you're not gonna get any stories like that from anywhere else. Anywhere else. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. If you did not subscribe yet, what are you waiting for? And guess what? Yes, you have they? Not yet. Not yet. Yeah, let's get there right now because we need a little bit of love and we need a little bit of hope and we need a little bit of honestly a miracle. Gonna get right over to it. Not even gonna play around, you guys. We got a situation in New York, in Queens. I'm talking about not too far, not that far away, where a fire department, FDNY firefighter, rescues a principal from a flooding car. How is a car? Yes, the car was flooding so much that they had to bust the top open with a Yeti bottle. First, he used his fists. Watch this. Look at the stuff that firefighters go through, and he was off duty. Check this out. Off duty.
I thought I was gonna die. Carmen Pinto fighting back tears as she remembers the moment floodwaters rising left her car submerged within minutes. Terrified, trapped, and convinced she was running out of time, this Queens school principal says she thought she would never see her family again. When I called 911, they had me on hold, and then when they came on, it didn't sound like, and there was so much traffic and flooding. I'm like, if anybody was gonna come, how would they get here? Like, you know what I mean? So I really thought that was it. Torrential rain overwhelmed the city during the evening rush hour earlier this week. Roads turned into rivers.
We're not talking about, she's not exaggerating. The water went over the top of her vehicle, over the top of her vehicle.
And cars disappeared under rising water, including Pinto's Tesla. She was right where the Jackie Robinson meets the Grand Central Parkway. She tried her best to break out of her car, but she couldn't. Firefighter truck.
You saw that? Only her head and the water was the length of that level of her head, of where the top of the car.
Travis Langen was also headed home and noticed 6 cars floating and sprung into action. He used his bare hands to punch a hole in the roof of Pinto's car. She was able to give him her Yeti cup to help him break through the roof and get her out. Cell phone video shows the rescue. Langen is a father to 2 young children, and his wife is 9 months pregnant. So that day, the entire time, all this 6-year veteran could think about.
If it was my family, I would hope somebody would do the same, and I was hoping to God that there was no kids in the backseat.
As Pinto embraced the man she credits with saving her life, her daughter and husband also thanked him. Mayor Mamdani praised Langen for his courage and selflessness.
He literally broke the glass with his hand until he was able to get a hole, and she gave him the Yeti cup so he can break the rest of the glass. You see her like squeezing out the glass.
Langen was off duty at the time.
Because of his bravery, Mrs. Pinto will sit down to dinner with her family this evening. This kind of courage may be extraordinary for most, but it is frankly ordinary for the FDNY.
For Pinto, the trauma is still fresh. She admits she can't stop thinking.
I just want to ask you guys, do y'all see clearly how far, like she's not exaggerating, how far that car is submerged underwater? Look at that. There's a car next to it that's submerged right next to it.
What if he was not there for his timing and his bravery?
You see that?
This firefighter will forever be a superhero to Pinto.
I'm proud that Spider-Man is from Queens, but now he's got competition with Travis. We have a real hero in town. Thank you, Travis, for saving my life.
In downtown Brooklyn, Nicole Johnson, Pix 11 News.
That's the real hero right there, man. Don't be messing with the fire department and the first responders. There we go. I almost lost my son this way to a flash forward, said Poseidon. See, looks like she was minutes away from death. That Teslas aren't safe to submerge in. Damn, bro, that shit's about to take my look. That make my eyes wet. I know. I'm glad that they was able to save her though, because we want to pray for Travis. We want to pray for her, and we want to pray that Travis trains a lot of people. We want to pray that Travis gets a really high rank. Even though he was off, I think he needs a commendation right now, and he probably needs somebody to take care of his hand too, because I'm sure he got a little bit of pain going on with that. But the adrenaline, I'm sure when that adrenaline kicked in, that's what made him go off like that. All you're thinking about is saving somebody. So God bless you, Travis. God bless all of our firemen and all of our first responders. We love you. Thank you so much. That's right. And that's why I do this, because I love to bring stories out like that. I love to make sure that we get those kinds of stories out, because we need that in our lives. Besides the nonsense, you know what else we need? Health and wellness. It's time for health and wellness. You guys, today you have your selection. We're going to go off of your selections today, you guys. I said to myself, you know what? We got 2 hot topics today. I don't know which one to pick. I'm going to leave them both in the kitty, and I'm going to let you guys decide. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Let's go. I want to know, do you guys want to know about French fries, fast food French fries? Do you want to know about Five Guys? Do you really want to know what's in McDonald's French fries? Are you interested in knowing what's going on with, let's say, Wendy's and all of those guys? To get you guys the best idea about French fries, because I'm a French fry guy because I'm vegan. But guess what? I didn't know that these French fries had this stuff in them. So from 1 to 10, I could be giving you guys information on the worst to the best French fries in all of these different places. McDonald's, Burger King, also what they made with. And you guys, that right there alone is a whole story by itself. Or I can give you another story. for our health and wellness section, which would be, does Dollar Tree have any healthy foods? Dollar Tree, because it's around where our local areas are, and I know that food is very expensive now, and I wanted to know, you know what? Dollar Tree may have some good protein enriched things, may have some stuff that people can afford, and it's much more affordable to us. So I would like to know, which one do you guys like to do first? Would you like to do the one about the French fries? Let's go French fries with thumbs up. That's the one about all the restaurants, McDonald's, and telling you guys what's in those fries. Or how about we do Dollar Tree? Do they have any healthy foods? That's the thumb down. You guys, let's go for it. French fries, we got one. Dollar Tree, taters, okay. Dollar Tree, Dollar Tree. Growing vegetables at home, tomorrow we'll do it, okay. French fries, Dollar Tree. You guys are half and half. French fries, French fries. How in, okay, okay, okay. Dollar Tree, Dollar Tree, Dollar Tree, Dollar Tree. French fries, Dollar Tree, Dollar Tree, Dollar Tree. All the thumbs down to Dollar Trees, y'all. Dollar Tree, Dollar Tree. Ooh, Dollar Tree winning. Dollar Tree's winning. Come on, you guys. Y'all got to rock with me for tomorrow because I'm going to give you guys those French fries tomorrow. I can't do it. I like how you let them choose. I'm trying to let them choose. I'm trying to. Okay, but Dollar Tree's winning like crazy. Dollar Tree's winning. Yo, wait a minute. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna give you the fries tomorrow. I promise. I give you the fries coming back, but the Dollar Tree one. We're gonna go Dollar Tree. We're gonna go Dollar Tree. I got good notes on it, and it's really good. And I promise you guys, be here tomorrow, same time for the French fries. Trust me, you're gonna want to do it. Let's do what we got to do. Liberty, you know I love when you do those alley oops like that. You turn me up and you charge me up. I love stuff like that. I just figured I want to give them a chance to choose themselves because I didn't know. So if it's a good idea for me to do stuff like that, I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Let's do it. Tomorrow we get on the French fries, and I promise you, I'm gonna leave it in the kitty. I leave it in the deck. Let's go. Does Dollar Tree have any healthy foods? How about salmon for $5? Tuna, 16 grams of protein. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe we need to go to Dollar Tree and see what's going on with this situation over here, you guys. Let's go. Dollar Tree. Does Dollar Tree have any healthy foods? And you already know it's somebody that we already subscribe to. That's Bobby right there. But I don't know why it's not on this one, but okay. Bobby Parrish. Right after this, we're going to get on over there and we're going to subscribe. You guys do the same thing that I do, and it shows you how to subscribe to his channel. Right now, we got, does Dollar Tree have any healthy foods? And yes, we're going to let Bobby Parrish show us and take us through the many different foods that they do have there. Also, you guys, can you do me a favor while we're doing this? I would like for you to pay attention to what we need to stay away from. The oils, the different chemicals or whatever the processes are, because we don't always just take the information for this segment. We want to apply that to when we're reading ingredients. And if there's an ingredient that we know that we don't mess with, like yellow, red number 7 and all of that crazy stuff, we automatically know not to rock with it. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. We got, does Dollar Tree have any healthy food? Found a lot in there. So let's go.
Time. Since we've been to a Dollar Tree, I know everyone's always looking for a discount. So I tried to go online and find the biggest and best Dollar Tree in my area. And I think we've found it. And I'm noticing something new. Pivot around here. They're remarketing. Not everything is $1 or $1.25 now. They have the $5 section. They have a $4 section. I heard they were suffering big time here. So I think they're trying to remarket a little bit so they can make more money, which I don't blame them. But I was so surprised when I opened up this frozen section here and I saw shrimp and salmon. I thought they both would be farm raised. Well, the shrimp is. But look on the back of the salmon. It's pink salmon. Pink salmon is wild caught salmon.
I didn't know that when it's called pink salmon, it means it's wild caught.
Dense salmon. This is 10-ounce packet for $5. So according to the math in my head, that's about $8 a pound. Frozen for wild salmon, it's a pretty good deal. There is one issue, though, of course. It's too good to be true, right? If we look on the bottom of the packaging, product of China here. So what is very, very common for fish purveyors to do, and I hate it, is we will catch USA wild caught salmon here, and it's cheaper to ship it all the way to China, to have it processed, broken down, and packaged, and shipped all the way back here than just doing that processing here.
Had no idea about that at all.
And when you get all that shipping and it's done in another country like China, you lose traceability. So technically it's still at Bobby approved, but I want USA caught and processed wild salmon. But if you're looking for a Dollar Tree deal, this is nutrient dense wild salmon for $8 a pound. This packet here is $5. I would stay away from the old camarones here. Why? Because if you look on the back, it's farm raised product of India. I've talked about it all the time. The quality
Farm raised, no good. Product of India, even worse.
is just, I see some good protein options on this wall. And I'll go to probably the best one right here. Oh, chicken of the sea, wild pink salmon. And this one,
The wild caught is much better, you guys. Trust me. You don't want it in oils and things like that. I mean, olive oil possibly, but you don't want it in soybean, cottonseed, or corn oils. You don't want that. I used to love the salmons like the Brunswicks that are in the soybeans, soy oil. I don't eat those anymore.
one specifically compared to the others because it really is just pink salmon and nothing else. And this is actually drained for you, so you don't have to get the water out of this. You want to make a quick salmon salad, 15 grams of protein and no BS. It's in a vegetable broth that contains soy. We're okay with that. And the reason why I get that over lemon pepper, while the flavor combination sounds lovely, it's got sugar and natural flavoring. So I really like this as a protein option. Let's say you're a tuna fan. This is tuna in water and vegetable broth. That's fine. 16 grams here. Light tuna though. Does light tuna mean that's skipjack? I don't, because I always talk about you want to eat smaller. So like albacore is bigger, skipjack or chunk light. So this is my chunk light. So chunk light would be a smaller tuna. Wow, this is actually really good, low quality, really good, low mercury. Salmon was 16.
Because a lot of people are interested in the mercury. A lot of you guys see that when we're talking about salmon. What about the mercury? What about, so yeah, this is actually a good buy right here.
10 grams protein at $1.25. Me, like me, those are really good. If I was like super hungry, I would actually rip that open, stick a fork in there, and just get the 15 or 16 grams of protein. And this is interesting.
That's the important part, the amount of protein that you're getting.
Because they have applesauce here. Obviously, you don't want the Mott's one because it has corn syrup. But this is not a good deal. Even though this is just apple and lemon juice, it's $4 for $3. I think you can go to Aldi and get a much better deal. What I want to send little Timmy or Erica to school with would be this one here, because I know it's not in the convenient pouch they can just suck and throw away when they're done. But 4 old school, plastic canisters, the ones that you and I brought to school back in the day with just apples and ascorbic acid, which is to maintain color, for $1.25. That's a really good deal. That's like 30 cents per score.
Stuff like this is not a whole lot, but hey, you guys mix it in the budget. Sometimes we got a budget going on nowadays. Things are hard to find. It's very expensive out there. The applesauce is gonna fill a blank. Maybe some tuna fish sandwich with some toasted bread, lettuce and tomatoes on there for lunch or something like that. Find ways to mix this stuff together, you guys. Let's go. Gotta save money and still eat good.
Now we're in the 125 section of the frozen foods. And this is kind of interesting. They're smoothie starter pouches. This one's blueberry
The
strawberry.
reason I like the strawberries in the smoothie packages is because it's already broken up. You don't got to worry about peeling the vegetables. I mean the fruit or anything like that. So now you got them already pre-bagged. You got to mix it up, throw your protein in there, and whatever sort of liquid that you want to make your smoothie with. Yeah.
Strawberry mango spinach.
And I guarantee if you go to one of these fruit bars or these smoothie bars, it's going to be probably like $7 or $6 for the same thing that you can make at home.
Strawberry, banana, mango, spinach. It is a product of China, so I think all the produce comes from there, which I don't love. It would be nice if some were organic, but we're at the dollar store, and technically it just is fruit. So this would fall under Bobby approved. This is a lot of fruit here. So this is 8 ounces. 8 ounces of fruit and vegetables for $1.25 for your smoothie. So essentially it's $2.50 a pound. That's actually a really good deal if you need a little something to throw into your blender, along with a Plate City protein if you want, and your favorite other smoothies.
Somebody said, who eats barracuda?
Ingredients. And I like this a lot. We eat a lot of cauliflower at the house.
I do too.
Usually cauliflower rice.
This is
You ever have a cauliflower steak or a cauliflower burger? Woo, delicious, you guys. Seasoned the right way, cauliflower with some curry, with some potatoes. That's delicious, yeah.
a whole packet of frozen cauliflower, nothing else. $1.25 for 12 ounces. So this is under $2 per pound for frozen cauliflower. And actually, I didn't know this, but it says high in vitamin C, and meal they money. Like, what? Come on. A quarter, no, 3/4 cup serving. There's 4 servings in here. A 3/4 cup serving has 45% of your daily value of vitamin.
When I did the sardines, they thought I was crazy, Teddy. I don't think that you was here that day. I had to come back with 2 videos after that to make up for the sardines. But trust me, we get a lot out of the sardines, brother. Wild caught.
C, which is really, really nice. This, thawed and then roasted in the oven with some olive oil, lemon juice, salt, and pepper would be really nice. 2 great budget finds here in the freezer section.
Right?
We're going to take a super quick break from the dollar.
So that was the smoothies right there, you guys. Anytime you get a chance to get some fruit like that frozen, I mean, I don't know when it comes down to where it came from, because I also want to say you don't know if it's organic, and if you don't know if it was man-made, so you might be still skeptical about that. I'm not going to tell you I haven't seen them squeeze something into some water and make a whole cabbage and make it look like it's a real cabbage. So yeah, still could be skeptical about it, but some good finds that I think he did still find here. Let's keep on going.
Gets kinked. So birchliving.com/Bobby, my link down below will get you 20% off your mattress of choice and 2 free pillows. This is probably one of your better deals for like a side dish. I talked about this many years ago, but you have a choice of brown rice for $1.25 or white rice for $1.25. What's the difference? Did you know that white rice used to be brown rice, but they removed the hull and the fiber and made it white rice, which is a simple carb.
Didn't know that.
I want complex carbohydrates that have more satiation to my appetite and more fiber. So I want this. And this is 2 pounds of brown rice for $1.25. You can get a lot of cups of rice out of this. And if you compare it to something I haven't seen before, I do like the pre-cooked ones because brown rice does take 45 minutes. And you guys know my favorite pouch of all is at Aldi. They have the brown rice and quinoa one cooked in olive oil. But this one, if you look, is brown rice, but I have to put on my readers. It ain't olive oil. It's got canola oil in here. Plus, it's way more expensive. I mean, this is essentially 8.8 ounces for $1.25. This is 2 pounds for $1.25. Better price, better for you. Get this one for sure. I almost walked by it, and there's only 2 left. But this is probably the best snack for the best value here. Do we recognize the packaging?
Yeah, we got to get away from the potato chips. We got to get away from common brands that we know. Let's get away from Wise, Utz, and all of those guys. And we got to start opening and broadening our horizons. What do you guys think about coconut crisps? Sounds kind of good, huh?
These are the same crispy coconut rolls they have at Costco. It's a smaller bag. It's 2.1 ounces for $1.25. Ingredients are very similar. It's just not organic like the Costco one. So it's coconut milk as the first ingredient. This literally is like crispy coconut meat. We love it. It's like Desi Mia Rose top snack combined with tapioca flour, primary sweetener coconut sugar. Then it does have cane sugar, eggs, and black sesame. The reason why I like it, 8 pieces, which is a big serving, only has 7 grams of added sugar, less than 1 gram per roll. Primary sweetener coconut. It's not technically Bobby
He says he gives this to his children as well.
approved because the egg.
Let's get those likes up, you guys. Let's get it up.
Bobby approved because this sugar quantity for a sweet treat is very low. It falls under the exception of being Bobby approved. Still, for the Dollar Tree, unbelievable
That's like 5 or 6 items already, you guys. From snacks to foods to quick lunches. Pretty decent so far, huh?
deal. 2 left here. If you see this at yours, run, Forrest, run. I see a great condiment down here. So there's apple cider vinegar and there's apple cider vinegar. You might just grab them.
It's probably my favorite section of the whole thing because I started thinking about the gut health, right? He said something. I was like, wait a minute, a cap full of vinegar in the morning? Ugh. But then again, yeah.
Bigger one because they're both the same price. The difference is this is just regular ACV. This is raw ACV
with floaters. That's the probiotic mother here. That's why it's a little more expensive, but ACV with the mother is always going to be superior because that.
I just want to know this. I want to know about the ACV. I want to know about the probiotics. I want to look for the floaters if that's going to help. That's why I say let's not just look at these items. Let's look at what's in it for the good and the bad for moving forward to see what's good for us. Never even thought about this. I don't know nothing about what he's saying right here. I got a matter of fact, let me go back real quick because of the details are very important. I like this. I like this part.
Grab the bigger one because they're both the same price. The difference is this is just regular ACV. This is raw ACV with floaters. That's the probiotic mother here. That's why it's a little more expensive. But ACV with the mother is always going to be superior because that's a probiotic rich mother. This is the kind of vinegar that people will take a shot in the morning of. They'll put like a tablespoon of this in 4 ounces of water on an empty stomach. Great for your gut. Why? Because it's got living bacteria from the mother. And it's great as a gut reset.
I ain't know
There's
that.
actually a great video by Dr. Berg that he did a few months ago. The best brand.
I ain't know that.
Fairchild. They don't have that here, but this is real. ACV with the floaters, the mother in here, by far one of the best things I've seen in this.
Look, y'all chose to do the Dollar Gym, the Dollar Tree stuff. I hope that when you guys go looking, y'all can find some of this stuff.
Aisle. And this is just kind of cool. There's a lot of pickles and olives here that might have other bad ingredients. This is baby, tiny, tiny baby asparagus spears in just water for $1.25 for half a pound. Asparagus is expensive. You take these out, dress them, throw them into a salad, splash on some ACV. There's your appetizer meze course done for way cheap. I did not expect to see a boatload of Logan Paul's Prime here or Alani, both creator brands. A little scary at the dollar store, but kudos to Leilani for seeing this.
Thank you.
It says smoothie on here, and the ingredients are actually epic. Let me break up my Amazon.
Actually, the smoothie is actually pretty good too.
Readers. It is nothing but fruit. This is mulberry puree. You almost never see that in juices. Blackberries, apple juice, and strawberry. Now, none of it's organic, but still, technically it's Bobby approved. It's $1.25. It does have 28 grams of natural sugar, so it's a little high for me. And this one is apples, apple juice, banana, strawberry, not even from concentrate. I fully expected these to be from concentrate. It doesn't say they are.
You know how hard it is to find stuff that's not from concentrate? This is so hard.
Product of Turkey, and Turkey is a bread basket of that region. They have so much amazing produce there. This one has a little more sugar here, but if you want a juice that's actually relatively clean and surprisingly not for concentrate for $1.25, score. You have to look closely at this wall of snacks to find a couple Bobby approved items. I'll reach in here. $1.25 for 1.5 ounces of pecans.
We talked about the pecans, and we talked about substituting potato chips for pecans. We talked about a handful of nuts, handful of berries, substituting certain foods that we always crave for, and you'll get so much more out of the pecans and the berries. We talked about this before, so why not get something like this?
The ingredients, because a lot of these are roasted in like peanut oil. This is just pecans, raw, unsalted, delicious. I love these, very nutrient dense.
I love,
a little
and if you're from South Carolina, I love me some pecans.
bag of pistachios. To be honest, I'm not even sure how to do this a deal. This is pistachios. It's the roasted sea salt one. It's 100% Bobby approved, but it's $1.25 for 1.2 ounces.
Now we're gonna get to some of these guys that are trying to rip people off. You guys, how many times you and I said we get a bag of potato chips and there's 8 to 10 chips in the bag and nothing but air? Let's break down some of these other guys. You guys know this pistachio company right here. When you always go to the supermarket and you want these pistachios, but they like $5 for this little sleeve right here. Is they crazy?
Sea salt ones. It's 100% Bobby approved, but it's $1.25 for 1.2 ounces. This is where it starts. I don't think I want to spend $1.25 for this much shell on pistachios. And the same is true for like this. This is a really good snack. It's dried apples and dried strawberries, not organic, but still Bobby approved. But while I love these, it's 0.6 ounce. So it's that much. That's like one big handful.
So what they started doing was have a nice package, have nothing in it, and then they just trying to sell it to us like they're really giving us something. Told you guys about this before. Wise potato chips now are the trial size. Remember, there used to be a little box with the plastic on top, had a whole bunch of different types of potato chips in it, and we used to buy that for like the snacks or whatever like that. And now that's the regular size of the bag of potato chips now that Wise has adopted. I'm not stupid. Come on, y'all.
I mean, for $1.25.
I mean, you can give it to a kid, keep them content for a little while and know it's safe, but us, handful of crap.
Some things just don't quite make financial sense here, but it is Bobby approved. If you want to get more sense, come
It's like buying Air Jordans with no air, huh?
over here, and I will show you. This is so cool. This is a bag of organic coconut flour for $1.25. Never in a million years would I expect to see this here. What can you do with this? Paleo keto baking, breadcrumbs if you want to keep it gluten-free. It is on the drier side, so you can't just swap it with flour 1-to-1, but there are a lot of recipes if you search online. We always have this in almond flour in our pantry. This is a bag that is half a pound for $1.20. That's a ridiculous deal. And even though it looks like it might be Bobby approved, they have coconut oil here. And while it's probably better than I saw over there, they had like sunflower oil combined with pumice oil. This is refined coconut oil.
Somebody said coconut flour in the Dollar Tree. I'm trying to put y'all on. I found it. So let's see. I hope they got some left when y'all get there.
So it's not virgin. Refined means it is processed with some heat. When that happens, you're gonna have a little bit of refinement and oxidation of the fat. Not terrible. It's probably the best oil here. I just prefer virgin, but to get one of these for $1.25, which is small, is not a bad deal at all. I don't quite see anything on this snack wall here besides something crazy I'm gonna show you in a second. This is weird though. Mr. Beast cookies and Dollar Tree. So that's Prime. We've seen Alani and Feastable cookies here. Maybe the cookies didn't sell well. They're focusing more on chocolate, but that's unexpected.
That's another thing. Anytime you find something at a Dollar Tree, it means that their brand is probably not doing that good. That flavor is probably not selling that well. So they're just trying to sell it off.
Maybe as unexpected as these crackers. So look at the front. It looks like a healthy cracker.
Now this is a whole setup right here. You got the olives, you got the olive oil, and it looks really good for you, don't it? I always read my labels. Always.
Made with olive and oregano. These ingredients are literally crazy. Leilani saw them. So olives are featured, but the primary oil is palm, sunflower, then olive. Yeah, it's got some sugar and everything, but there's artificial olive flavor followed by a little bit of olive paste. That is crazy. Misleading marketing. Do not buy that. All right, friends, that is it for Dollar Tree. We just scoured every other aisle, but there are some really solid options. And just because it's at a Dollar Tree doesn't mean it's always a good deal. You have to sometimes think about the price per ounce and compare it to what it would be if you buy it at a Walmart. But there are solid options at very low prices. If you want to see more videos like this, you let me know. I was thinking about going to actually Dollar General.
Yeah, we'll get you on that one. So we got, does Dollar Tree have any healthy food? Again, this is Bobby, B-O-B-B-Y, Parish with 2 R's. Same way I want you guys to do up under me. We're going to join. Okay, we join the channel. Oh, wait a minute. I think we already subscribed. We ain't going to join for $5 a month now. See, Boogotti cheaper than you, Bobby. See, Bobby want $5 a month. Boogotti only want $2 a month. You know what I'm saying? We already subscribed to Bobby and we already hit all, right? So Bobby, B-O-B-B-Y, Parish, P-A-R-R-I-S-H. Yeah, he has a lot of different videos, and that's how he was able to come up into the algorithm so I can have them play up. It's like, you know what? Let's see if we can find our people some good buys. So yeah, you guys, do me a favor and try and remember that it's not just about these specific products. It's about reading the labels. It's about what to look for, because we have to know how to go shopping and what products to look for. Now, we can't. We have no choice. We have no nothing to do with, are the labels probably false? Are they giving bad information? The only thing that you and I can do is hope that the information that we're being provided is coming from the right sources. And yes, seems as if you can find some rather good buys at Dollar General, believe it or not. We saw some salmon. Was that our applesauce? There was some good rice, brown rice, asparagus. Also saw the vinegar. My favorite part of it was the vinegar, you guys, to be honest with you. And Teddy said he even goes there himself to get those snacks. He's like, yo, that's my section right there. So Teddy, I guess we was on point today, bro. I guess we was. What else you guys got? What else you guys got? Yeah, and because we absolutely know, there you go, Winter. We know. That's it. It's not over yet. We got one more, and I'm going to then get you out of here to do what you got to do. But you know what it is right now. You know we can't let you guys get out of here without seeing some physical therapy work with Nova. You haven't seen Nova do any work in a couple of days now. We even missed last week. Let's see what our boy is doing right now with physical therapy. What I love about this dog is everybody loves him and he knows it. And they all got their own separate relationship with Nova. Notice how he's all frumping around and she's like, no, no, I'm not letting you get away with that. Lynn was right. Nova's no longer just her dog anymore. He belongs to the world. He's getting stronger though. They love him to death. He's getting good therapy, you guys. He's doing good, right? He think he's slick. She's trying to get him to get up and sit down. They want him to get up off the floor and sit to stand.
Nova, sit.
There you go. Good work, Nova. I told everybody that you'd be walking by the summer. They believed me. They knew that we had faith in Nova and all of those prayers that came from every single person here and everybody out there. Nova, that's the supernova right there. You know how we do it over here. Got to keep you guys updated on our friends, Lynn and Nova. Because if it wasn't for Lynn, we would not know Nova. And yes, you already know over here, we love the animals. We love them all, you guys. That's right. How much do you love them? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Also, you have any rescues or maybe a dog or a cat? Guess what? Go over to the Discord, upload some images. We love to see your animals. We saw Casey's dog. We saw Miss Swan's dogs and her animals. We saw Sam's. No, I don't know if Sam's got a dog. We saw Liberty's little boy there. You guys, a lot of you guys have animals, so share your images with your animals on Discord. Then if you got a keychain or something, go ahead and throw it on a keychain. I mean, on their neck tabs, on their I'm sorry, I'm making a mistake right now. on their collars and let us see what they look like with the Our Bottom Line keychain on their collars. That's right, you guys. That's the end of the show. But you know what I'm about to say right now. You know what? We can't get out of here without what? You know we're going to do the promo first. That's right, because it's coming up. I got to be out of here early tomorrow for a good thing. Going to pick up on some new locations and some new stores for what? The Show Your Talent Search. That's the talent search that we're going to be doing in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. And if you win in one of those boroughs, plus one person from here, boom, you get to take home $250. After we get everybody together from all boroughs and one person here, you get to compete for $1,000. I'm your host, Boogotti NYC, sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. And like Miss Swanza always says, you guys, if you want to get lit, you better drink Big Drip. That's right, to show your talent search, not just singing and dancing. It's a whole lot of different type of talent, not just one thing. Also, want to be a part of the talent show? You guys know what you got to do. Go on over to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. That's BIGGDRIPP. 2 G's and 2 P's. That's right, Big Drip. All you got to do is go to the first page, put your email address there, and we'll keep you posted on where we're going to be. I'm going to be there. If you're in New York, hopefully you guys will slide through like Casey did, like Mark did. Mark popped up on us in Staten Island, had a drink. Hopefully you guys are 21 and you guys can enjoy the show. People just popping up randomly, trying to get it on and seeing if they could win $250. Also, my DJ Don Dada, formerly of Black Ink Crew, will be there with me as well. You guys saw the videos. We're going to have a fantastic summer, and it's starting up by probably another week or two. We're going to start hitting the road. Queens, Bronx, all over. It's time to get back in the streets and hang out with you guys and see what's up. Also, you guys know what I'm about to say right now, right? Y'all know what I'm about to say. If you have a promo or anything that you're trying to put out, we always show love over here. Just make sure that you're a member or you're subscribed. Send your promos to us at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That is bridgethisllc@gmail.com. The only catch is they have to be in a 1080 by 1080 size frame. That's what YouTube requires. Not me. That's what YouTube wants. Has to be that size. And you guys know what I'm about to say right now, right? We got to get out of here. It's time to get those prayers in the air. I want to pray for every single person under the sound of my voice. I want to pray for happiness. I want to pray for good health. I want to pray for good love. And I hope you guys had a fantastic health and wellness section today. And go out there and get some of those good finds at Dollar Tree, you guys. Teddy already said he knows about it. Hey, Teddy, how come you ain't put us on to all of those snacks and stuff? You can't keep it all for yourself, brother. But I appreciate you for letting us know that we were in the right place at the right time. Let's double tap that screen, get those likes up. But also, I want to make sure we get those prayers out for everybody here. I want to pray for happiness, good health. I want to pray for love. I want to pray for understanding. And I want to pray that you guys make it right back here tomorrow to do this all over again. We're praying for Casey Ramos. We're praying for Amanda, Liberty and Justice. Miss Swanza, got to pray for you. Zion's Choice, VG5P as well. Colessive, Winter Rising. Angels Among Us, 21444. Can't forget about Adam Trebet. Colessive, Casey Ramos, my brother. Winter Rising. Jordan Dowdy, my brother. Hope you're having a fantastic one, Miss Keisha. Also, Miss Swanza's here. There you go. I know you've been busy. It's all good. I hope you have a good one. Liberty and Justice as well. Jeffrey Spilker, my brother. Thank you so much for showing up. Mary, Zion's Choice, Liberty and Justice. Zelina. Jolena, Leslie, thank you so much. We're praying for you as well. Justin, praying for Maxie. That's my dad's name. Praying for you. Mary Tanner. Who's that? Who else we're praying for? That one song. Got to pray for Josh Shea. Can't forget about Jeff, Colessive, Amanda, Zion's Choice. Mega Dub. Can't forget about Mega Dub. Can't forget about Justin. Can't forget about Terry. Also, we got to go for Winter Rising. Angels Among Us. Can't forget about Sam Champion. What about Teddy? That's right, Teddy. We ain't forget about you. There you go. Hopefully that you guys are having a fantastic one. Rose, CLE, where you been? I hope you're good. And you guys, I hope you're enjoying the last of your holiday and you guys are staying safe out there. Jeff, Justin, Colessive, American Muscle, Amanda, Sweet RV Adventures, Mary Tanner, Jelena, all of you guys can't say enough. And Luigi, we can't get out of here without saying love to you too. That's right, you guys. Our bottom line. Tuesday. It's a wrap. And like I always tell you guys, you know what it's going to be. 6 o'clock in the morning, Wednesday, hump day. Tomorrow, trending topics, current events, much, much more. Also, if you have not joined the Discord, what are you waiting for? We keep this chat going right in the Discord. We got the best mods, everybody in here. Thank you so much for holding me down. Thank you so much, Liberty and Justice, for making sure that you make this show a fantastic one. We miss you when you're not here, just to let you know. I miss you too. One more thing I want to say to all of the mods. I'm glad I said that. Mods, we're having a meeting. We're going to have the meeting on Discord. So Liberty is going to be reaching out to you guys just to let you know, trying to find out how many mods we can get all together at the same time so that we can have a mod meeting and get ourselves together when it comes down to that. Also, we're looking for one mod, one person, even if you're already a mod, one mod for the Discord. Yep, don't want to do it no more. We need somebody. Maybe we'll figure it out. But yes, need a mod for the Discord as well. Somebody to clean things up and keep that under control as well. So yes, if you guys are interested, let me know just for the Discord. Hopefully you know Discord better than we do because we're new at it. But you know what I'm going to say right now, right? Because I got to get to some trending topics. I got to get more current events and I got to get up to date on whatever we're talking about tomorrow because it's Our Bottom Line, the #1 show on YouTube with the #1 co-host and family members. Couldn't do it without you guys. And you know what I'm about to say right now, right? That's right. Y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came in to chill with me on Tuesday, I appreciate you. So I'll see you guys tomorrow at 6 o'clock, right back here. New suit, new smile, and new love. God willing. See you guys tomorrow. Get 'em! Peace.